UGA game day, boy, we ball out. Pull up, put the whole conference in the doghouse. Leave them 6 feet, see me on the win streak. All-star status, go coach and the bench deep. Right. Offense on 10, how we run it? Your best ain't nothing, we gon' send them boys punting. Yep. Black and red, got them dead on arrival. Defense hunker down for the tie. Hey, you don't want it with the dogs. Film guy on it, you don't want it with my dog. Break it down, play by play, that's the day-to-day. They know we ain't come to play, boy, it's UGA. Kirby smart, I cannot play the fool. Back to back, we did not come to lose. Back to back, like we got something to prove. Pay your dues, dog nation on the move. What's up?
We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Shut up. Let's grind.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The
Shut up
tape.
and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind.
Let's
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
Shut up.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape. I didn't even get a chance to drink my coffee today. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday evening. My God, it is nighttime over here. It's 8 o'clock, and we are live here on the Film Guy Network. We got a loaded show for you guys, as always. It's Wednesday night. We've got best bets. We've got our final college football predictions, as you can see in the title of today's video. We also have the top 10 things that I am watching this weekend. Going to give a quick preview of what may be to come on film studies next week. I think that's the best thing about week one happening, is the idea that we have real life film study on 2025 football coming up this next week on the channel. I'm stoked for that. It's a slam show, and I want to go ahead and ask you to hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. If you miss any portion of today's broadcast live, it is made readily available, however, wherever you get your podcast. Chat must be going crazy already because the goofies over here are smiling and giggling already.
We got bots, dude. We did it.
We got bots?
We've become big enough to get the lady bots into our chat.
Nice.
We
Do not click any links, guys.
Oh,
please.
those lady bots.
Lady
Yeah,
bots.
do not click any links.
Those lady bots.
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's crazy. We're attracting the lady bots. Hopefully we're attracting ball curious men as well. We'll be out here looking for those folks.
And women.
Trying to learn some ball. And women. That was one of my favorite chat disputes we've had, or at least, I wouldn't even call that a dispute. I would call that a tossing of crap talk back and forth between, was that a husband and a wife?
Yeah.
You know,
we had a
in the chat the other night.
domestic dispute in the chat.
Huh?
We had a domestic dispute.
No.
in the chat?
We had an in-house dispute on who knew most ball, I believe, in the chat last night.
Oh.
Was that Linda Vendors? Is that who that was? Is that
Vetters,
correct?
I think.
Vetters?
I think so.
The Vetters family was getting down with the ball knowledge in the chat the other night, and we love to see that. We love to see the chat popping as always. We got a loaded one for you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I want to start here, though. I want to open the show by giving my boy Christian Kirby a shout out, okay? We all have, we deliver good takes every once in a while, but when there is a home run take that just continues to resurface upon my timeline and it makes me think of one of my co-hosts, I got to give them props. And I don't think there was anybody on the internet early and often on the y'all gonna end up hating Arch Manning by before he even gets to take a snap. Other than you, brother. You were on this. You were on the idea that the media was gonna make us dislike Arch Manning no matter how hard we tried to think that this guy was gonna be a hit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too because it's not one of those things you want to be right about. Because let's be honest, we all think that.
By the way, is that 3 Kirbys? Am I seeing 3?
It is 3 Kirby.
Am I seeing 3 right now?
I figured we need to add some flair to the back. We got the black
one
curtain.
at a time. One at a time. And hey, add some flair. Don't you think I see that Bowling Green hat right there? Come on.
Is that in
if
shot?
that ain't flair, I don't know what
needs
it
to
is.
be more in the
Scoot
frame.
that
If
over
that
a
ain't
little bit,
flair,
David.
I don't know what it is. Okay, go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
But yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like, we all agree that Arch Manning's a pretty likable guy. He hasn't done anything wrong, really, but the media is trying so hard to make it seem like he is otherworldly, the greatest ever, and he hasn't really played a game yet that would matter. So it's hard to do that. And the adverse of that has become you don't want to see any more of Arch Manning. It's unfortunate, but it's something we saw come, or at least I saw come.
Now, look, I had a good long rant a couple weeks ago about, Paul Feinbaum saying this guy's going to be the most dynamic quarterback in 20 years. And I thought that was downright laughable because, we all saw Joe Burrow. Like, we all saw Cam Newton. I'm sure Arch Manning is going to be great. And I want to preface everything that's about to go down right now by saying I think Arch is going to be a hit. I think Arch is going to throw for 4,200 yards this year. I think Arch is going to total 36 touchdowns this year. I think Arch is going to be really, really good. But some of this stuff is it's gone beyond ridiculous and straight into comedy, like what is on the homepage of ESPN.com right now. And Kirby, will you please read the headline of this article and then the subsequent bylines within it?
Yeah, so the article is titled, and it actually just closed out on me. So give me 30 seconds of filler here because
if my memory serves me correct,
5 storylines that
basically
tell you
like 5 reasons why Arch Manning is going to work.
The title of this headline is "The 5 Stories That Explain Why Arch Manning Was Built for This Moment."
All right, so 5 reasons and 5 stories as to why Arch Manning is 100% built for this moment, is 100% going to live up to expectations. Now, what are those 5 reasons for me, please, there, Curb? One by one.
Bullet point number 1 is simply titled "The Arch Manning Whisper," and it's a David Cutcliffe excerpt.
Cutcliffe, hey, he knows David Cutcliffe, and David Cutcliffe's been talking to him for a while.
Yes.
So reason number 1 is he's a Manning, and he's got Manning connections. What is reason number 2, please?
Oh, you're going to like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Number 2, the lightness of being a Manning.
So number 2 reason why he's going to be a success and meet up to expectations is indeed because he's a Manning. Reason number 1 is because he's connected to the people that the Mannings know. Reason number 2 is because he's a Manning. What's reason number 3?
Reason number 3 is titled "The Winding Road to Texas," and the first sentence of this is "during his recruitment, comma," and it just basically.
So the winding road to Texas, reason number 3, he went through a recruitment process.
Pretty much.
That's why he's going to be a success. Now, number 4, what we got on number 4? It's got to be a real reason. It's got to be tangible. It's got to be football based. What is number 4?
Number 4, the Arch experience in Austin.
So reason number 4 that Arch Manning is going to be successful is because he's literally Arch Manning?
And he's in Austin.
And people know he's Arch Manning. Okay, what's number 5? Surely this one, rooted in evidence.
So, number 5, everyone drum roll, please. It's the most important one. He's finally on the field.
So here are the 5 reasons that Arch Manning is going to live up to the hype of being Arch Manning. 1, he's a Manning. 2, he's a Manning. 3, he was recruited. 4, what was 4 again?
4 was
the
about
recruitment process.
He got recruited. Number 5, he's playing. Again, I think he's going to be great, but we put this on the headlines, like the front page of ESPN today, and I'm sure Dave Wilson is a great writer. I don't mean to take a shot at Dave Wilson. I read some of Dave Wilson's work today. There was an article about a Texas Tech a football coach that was basically running away from the cartel where he was living in South Texas to go be a college football coach. Like, there's great stuff from Dave Wilson. But the 5 reasons that Arch Manning is going to live up to being Arch Manning are nothing to do with the fact that 3 of them are basically he's Arch Manning. On the headline of ESPN.
Yeah, I think it's a little, honestly, I think it's disingenuous to talk about why Arch Manning is going to be a success and why he's built for this moment when you're talking about because he's a Manning, which, by the way, isn't something that he's responsible for. The fact that he grew up a Manning is nothing to do with what Arch has done for his entire life. We're not talking about like what he's done during his time at Texas. The fact that he stayed at Texas for the last couple of years as a backup. Well, most people probably would have thought that a Manning ain't going to sit for 2 years. He's not going to be patient. He's not going to wait and be developed at a program and then wait his turn and maybe even play 2 years at that point, even though he's draft eligible. Like, we're not talking about anything that Arch Manning has like actually done. We're just talking about what comes with a Manning. I think it's kind of disingenuous, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the spin for this could absolutely be, and some people have kind of done this, is, okay, Arch Manning was this highly renowned 5-star, super great, all of these things, and he hasn't started yet. And he hasn't, been able to take over the starting job. And I get it. Quinn Ewers was very solid for Texas, but
I get that, like, being a reasonableist nowadays doesn't really get you clicks. It doesn't really get you the juice that you need. So I've seen both ends of this. I saw a quote from Jordan Rodgers today that said he's going to be crap, basically. Like, I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, can we not call him God's gift of football before he really plays football? Like, I know he had the 2 starts last year, which, by the way, nowhere to be found in that article today.
No.
Nowhere did they talk about actual football, the stuff that he has done. They just told me he's a Manning. That's why you should think he's going to be great. No.
And it's like, what is this moment? The article is titled "Built for This Moment." What is the moment against Ohio State? Because that's fine.
The moment for ESPN is being God's gift of football. That's what the moment is, because Paul Feinbaum and the whole machine at ESPN has built him up to be this.
It's unfortunate, because I do like Arch Manning. I do think he's.
Is reasonableist not a word? Can you not be a reasonableist?
I don't see
Chad's
why.
making fun of me for football brain is what that looks like.
A reasonable person, I guess, is the noun that you'd go to, but. Reasonable,
well,
reasonable is an adjective, but you can use it as a noun.
I just wish they'd give it a break, man.
Ooh, there it is.
Or give it a breaker. You know what I mean? How about a Lucy breaker? Hey, tonight I'm hooked. I am hooked on Cool Mint. Or actually Apple Ice. I am hooked on Apple Ice tonight on the Lucy breakers. And you already know, if I'm vicing this season, I'm vicing with quality.
Show them that.
And when I think about quality nicotine, I think about Lucy breakers. And look, Kirby's trying to get to me. Look, hey, not only are they the highest quality nicotine, guys, they're innovators. I can't tell you how many times I've been using one of them lesser than nicotine pouch brands, get rid of it, be done with it, which, with Lucy's takes, it seems like 90 minutes to almost 2 hours. I feel like you could be in there forever with these Lucy breakers, okay? But anyways, when I'm done with those other brands, I have no idea what to do with it. What happens if I'm in an area where I have no trash can? Boom, Lucy breakers figured out the plan. You got a trash can lid on it right there, boys. Shout out to Lucy.co. Head over there today. Use promo code FGN. You'll get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. I promise you that you won't. Okay, again, that's Lucy.co. Use code FGN to get 20% off. Hey, I must read this verbatim, so lock in right quick, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age-verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Shout out to our friends over at Lucy's. If you're not hanging out with our friends over at Lucy's this fall and the rest of your time doing nicotine, you don't love this network. You don't. I know all of you love it. Where should we go next, boys?
It is Wednesday.
What if we did a What If Wednesday?
I like the idea of a What If Wednesday. I also like the idea of heading to the board and doing best bets right now and ending tonight with What If Wednesday.
Okay.
Sending it out with a bang tonight.
Totally works for me.
You like that?
Hey.
I like that plan. Let's go to the board. Let's talk some ball. By the way, hey, graphics department, they've been on it.
They
you know
have.
what I mean? They've been on it. I mean, we don't have a lot of bells and whistles around here. I kind of like it to be raw. All right. I kind of like it to be, dirty and grimy. All right. I think it fits our brand. We're not super pretty with all the bells and whistles around here. We just like to talk ball. Ball ain't always all that pretty. What's going on with these cameras, by the way?
I don't know, man.
Isn't that weird?
Somewhat bugged.
I think we probably should have shut them off and turned them back on before the show, but it is what it is. All right, here we go. Here are the week 1 lines. We're going to go through and pick all of these tonight. All right, we're going to keep track. We're going to keep record, and biggest loser on the show rocks Teddy Two Gloves next week in the midst of the segment. Y'all ready for that?
Just for the segment, right?
Just for the segment. Don't have to go a whole show. I'm not going to ask you to flip through cameras.
It might be kind of hard to do my job if I got to do it the whole time, but
that'd be crazy.
I'm also not going to lose.
All right, let's start in Boulder this weekend, boys. I'm blue. Brooksy's blue. I got them.
You didn't hit the pen.
You had it.
There it is.
I got them Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I'll lay the 4 points. I think they win this by at least a touchdown. I got a 21-14 style win here for Georgia Tech on the road, really squeezing the possessions late in this football game. What say you, boys?
Yeah, I like Georgia Tech minus.
What color you want? You want pink, don't you? You want pink. I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm taking pink in this one.
You got Georgia Tech as well?
Yeah, I got Georgia Tech minus.
J. Will's pink. J. Will's pink.
I think they're the more complete football team.
We'll give you Salmon's a little too close. We'll give you Yeller. What you got for me, Curb?
Yeller. Go ahead and give me South Carolina -8 for this one.
Hey, we're up here.
Oh, we're only doing that?
Yeah. We're going game by game. We're picking them all. You've already seen my best bet down here. I got a lock of the week down there, Notre Dame -2.5. Okay, that'll be plus 2 points if it hits, -2 points if it misses. All right, we're going all 8 games all week or all season long. We're going to pick 8 games. We're going to keep the records on them. Okay.
Gotcha. I understand the segment now. Give me the under in this game.
Pick the game, Kirby.
I'm taking Tech.
I know. You taking Georgia Tech?
Yes.
All right, so we're all 3 on Georgia Tech right there. All right, let's move on to this Tennessee-Syracuse game. Neutral site ball game. This one's in Mercedes-Benz. I'm not going to lie to you. Too much of an unknown about Tennessee to be laying 13.5 for me. Very much a lot of unknowns with Syracuse as well. I do think Tennessee wins this football game. Guys, two tuds. 13.5 points, that's a lot to lay week 1.
If it was 10, I'd feel good about it, but 13.5 is too much. All right, I'm going Syracuse here.
I got Syracuse laying that -13. I got Tennessee outright. We got Jonathan, what you got going on?
There's a strong part of me that wants to take the 13.5 because
come on, lay the wood.
Syracuse lost their top 3 wide receivers. They lost their quarterback.
I'm doing it for you. Lay the wood.
I think that Tennessee's defense is really good. I think that they're going to be able to compete with that secondary. You got a brand new quarterback for Syracuse. I know that Tennessee does as well, but again, I think that I like Tennessee's defensive chance in this football game better than Syracuse.
Hey, 13.5 points, a lot to lay in that football game. I got no qualms or quarries about laying that 13.5 points in this one. Give me Alabama -13.5 on the road at Doak Campbell. Hey, we're going to talk about maybe some of this a little bit later. I am very curious to see how this Florida State football team fights this year. I really am. Not just to open, but if and when they get down in this football game, do they show a sense of life, man? That's very important. They did not last year. They tend to lay down last year.
13.5 is so seductively low. It's one of those lines where it's like it's almost too good to be true. That said, I really don't. I can't fathom an outcome where Florida State keeps this within 13.5. I'm going to go Bama here.
Your Crimson Tide rolling. What say you,
Go ahead
Kirk?
and put pink up there.
Oh, we all on the Tide this weekend. Nobody believing in the Seminoles. Everybody doubting the Noles. Let's move on to Death Valley. Battle for the real Death Valley here. This one's hairy. Honestly, this one's really, really hairy. And if you're, taking our word for it, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're actually laying, cheddar on this and lettuce, I'm staying the hell up away from this one.
Yeah.
I ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole. I got to today because of part of the segment. I think LSU wins it outright. No. Excuse me. I picked Clemson the other night, didn't I?
You did.
All right, give me Clemson in this football game. But the 4 points is hairy, man. I think I picked it 27-24.
I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm going to do.
I'm calling LSU to cover Clemson to win outright.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry, that's the wrong color.
I picked Clemson to win, but I had this as like a 3-point football game.
All right, so you're on with me over here at LSU. What about you, Curb?
Oh, I'm LSU to win it outright.
Okay, we're all on LSU. Everybody doubting the Clemson Tigers tonight on the show.
Not doubting them, just don't think that they're going to cover the floor.
I'm doubting the Clemson Tigers.
I think Clemson wins it outright by 3. Late field goal.
Yeah.
Hey, is it just me, Clemson fans? Please, if you're here today, let me know. Is it just me, or is Dabo Swinney always doing the I'm having walk-on tryouts for a field goal kicker because I ain't got one? Is it just me, or does Clemson do that a lot more than everybody else?
I don't follow their kicking situation very closely.
All right,
Lane Kiffin went to a frat house to get a punter one time.
That's true.
This is true.
That's true. I'd start at the soccer fields, but hey, maybe Ole Miss ain't got those.
I'm waiting for
great
Coach to pull to College Game Day and take the guy that makes the kick on the show. It's like, you're the guy.
There was one guy last year that hit a 50-yarder. He had Game Day had more 50-yard kicks made than Ohio State in the last 7 years. That was a real stat last year. All right, let's go on to the South Carolina Virginia Tech game. I like South Carolina outright, but the 8 points scares me a little bit. I think there is an opportunity for this team to slow start. They tend to do it.
I'm going to say that.
But I don't know nothing about Vodtech.
I think South Carolina covers, and I'm going to say the way that they do is I think it's like a late touchdown to put it away. Like you're already up one score, you got to drive to put it away.
Up
they go
4,
up
win by 11?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm with you. I think I'm going to pick them to cover. Hell, I got the guy winning the Heisman.
Because they do have slow starts. And
we got pink over here. What are you doing,
It's
Yellow?
fine. You can keep the yellow.
You're staying here, Yellow?
I can see a world where South Carolina gets upset by Virginia Tech.
Hey, I just want everybody to know we're on the same boat here 4 times, and we got a man over here in a canoe by himself once. So we're going to end up with very similar records. This might cost either. What happens if we tie? Do we split the Teddy 2 gloves?
No, one of you wears it for 10 minutes, the other one wears it for
No. One wears a righty, one wears a lefty.
I mean, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out, but it's looking like it's coming on. I got Auburn winning this next one, and I got it by a field goal. And I don't feel good about it. But I talked about it in our preview and our prediction segment. Like, I do think Auburn can play the box light, stop the run, and protect themselves in that against that passing game from Baylor. But there is no, I'm going to load the box to stop the run. No, if that happens, you're going to get killed by Baylor. They will aggressively hunt you downfield. It's not like playing Minnesota, who even if you load the box, they're going to keep running, or Iowa State. This is a different brand of football, in my opinion.
This line has moved almost 5 points from when it first came out in Auburn's favor. That just clearly states to me that people believe in Auburn. I'm going to go Auburn as well.
The 3 Kirby's photo looks crisp, brother.
It does look good. I was really happy with how it came out.
You're going Auburn?
Yeah.
What do you got, Pink?
Screw it. I'm going to go Baylor.
Woo!
Oh.
Riding that Sawyer Robinson train, are we?
You're either getting the gloves or you're not, J-Will.
That's fine.
Either you're getting the gloves or we're getting the gloves.
Yeah, for sure.
I
think you and me are going to delineate.
You think we're going to, what?
Deviate.
You think so? All right, going on to this final football game. I've got Texas winning this one outright. Therefore, I've got Texas covering that 1.5.
Give me Ohio State, please.
All right, you'll take Ohio State. So that leaves an opportunity that somebody's going to get Teddy 2 gloves, not Teddy 1 glove. What do you got for me?
I mean, it's basically a pick 'em. I have Ohio State winning this game, so give me Ohio State.
All right. Now, you already know my lock of the week. I think this is the only one on this slate I feel really, really good about. I think Notre Dame wins this one by a field goal, even though it's 2.5. But hey, I think they could win it by a touchdown. I got them winning it, period.
So I would believe off paper, if you had never showed me a line, Notre Dame should win that game by about 10 points. The fact that the line is that small and that minuscule, it worries me. It doesn't worry me enough to buy Miami, though. I'm still going to stick with Notre Dame, but it's an interesting matchup.
Hey, shout out to Graphics putting the new logo on there. How do we feel about? We didn't talk about it because it's not a major news item. How do we feel about the Notre Dame logo?
I like it.
I like the scrappy guy.
Yeah,
the scrappy guy ready to go. This guy's more football-y, and I guess that's cool. But this guy does a little something for me, He's not
as bad as the new Chief Osceola, but
yeah, with the Florida State on the feather back in the day, that was cold.
So nice.
What do you got for me, Jay? Will? Who we picking?
Yeah,
ride that Carson Beck.
I like Notre Dame minus 2.5.
Okay, that's a good sign for my lock of the week.
Because that tells me Notre Dame can win by a field goal, and I'm good.
All right, hey, let me get a tight shot of 2 right quick. Hey, Graphics, screenshot. Let's get a graphic made on that before tomorrow morning. All right. Shout out to graphics department. They're crushing lately. All the thumbnails looking killer. We're absolutely rolling here on this network. I can't think of a thing that we need other than more budget.
That'd be good.
A little bit more budget. Other than that, and we're working on it. We got a couple more deals to announce. Got a couple more things in the work. I know up to something season, normally off season, but hey, we'll take it however we can get it. Where are we at? What If Wednesday? Or do y'all want to stay at the board and do final college football predictions?
Let's stay at the board and we'll do final
I feel like we've been
predictions.
teasing the folks on this with the title for a little minute now. So let's go ahead and get into it. take a quick moment to give a shout out to our friends over at H2All. All right, a portion of all proceeds at H2All go to solving or attempting to help solve the clean water crisis across the world. All right, they got a digital code on there to let you know exactly where your funds are being dedicated to. For you Georgia fans watching today, KJ Bolden is a signature athlete. For you Tennessee fans watching today, Jeremiah Thielander is a signature athlete. Okay, these are people dedicated to the cause of hoping to help one day solve the clean water crisis. Let's go on to my college football predictions here. Now, I have not done any of this. This is totally off the cuff. We doing it live right now on the network. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't feel good about none of this. These guys don't feel good about none of this.
No.
I'm throwing crap at the wall. And at the end of the year, if it so happens to stick, I'm going to come out and tell you I'm a genius. But I'm telling you right now, this is all a guess. I'm throwing crap at the wall. So let's throw it at the wall. Give me Notre Dame over the Penn State Nittany Lions. Give me Oregon over Memphis. All right, Oregon's about to get drugged by Georgia in that football game. Give me LSU over TCU. Give me Alabama. What a draw for them in my matchup. Give me Alabama over them Dukies. Give me Alabama over Ohio State. Okay? Give me Texas over LSU. Real chalk right here. Give me, CJ Carr might be dialed by then. Give me CJ Carr and Notre Dame. I can't spell Notre Dame. Give me Notre Dame in the Final Four again. Give me Georgia in the Final Four again. Got to put a U on there or else I'll get made fun of. Give me Georgia getting over the top of Notre Dame in the semifinals. And give me Bama beating Texas in the quarterfinals or semifinals. And then give me Bama to beat Georgia to win the national title.
Oh, man. No, scale 1 to 10, how good do you feel?
-4.
It's awful.
-4. Honestly, I'm doing a little reverse jinx right here. You know, maybe.
I like that.
I want to cover another national title winner.
Would be pretty dope.
And we're going to be there either way if that ends up what happening. But yeah, I'm trying to cover another national title winner, and I ain't going to lie to you about it. All right, so there's that. I got Bama winning, but it would be cool to see Georgia win that one, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Graphics.
Try and read that.
No,
get on it.
No graphics. Don't make that.
Yeah, we're not going to tweet that.
I know you
I
make
don't want that on
You
paper.
make it so that way when it ends up being right.
No, you make it to rage bait. That's what you do.
Oh.
You're only tweeting this stuff out so somebody hops in the mentions and calls you an idiot. You know what I mean? I think. All right, who's up next? God, that felt so bad.
Oh, dude, it feels
I don't
awful.
feel good about that at all. How mad's the chat at me right now for picking Bama over them?
Unsubscribing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we're back down to 24.
I don't mean it, guys. I just want to reverse jinx. Y'all know how I am. If I say I like something, they're liable to be cursed.
Oh, it's me next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I need to go up to the board for it?
Oh, I need to come over there. Don't
Let's say I probably need the mic as well.
I don't want to do this. It's muted, so when you get done, unmute it. Come on, Kirby. I should have just flipped a coin.
Yeah, you'd probably end up better in that scenario.
I mean, are they that livid?
I mean, they're not that bad.
Okay. That's all it was, guys. A little reverse jinx. I'm just playing the tricks. Oh, sorry. He's looking sad.
All right. I want to preface this with I feel probably worse than Brooks. Let's go ahead and go. K-State versus Oregon. That's already looking like a great pick, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and say Oregon's going. I need to
Pin me. You might want to go yellow.
Yeah, I'm going yellow.
No, not yellow.
Yeah, go blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Oregon. Got Oregon beating K-State in that. You know what? We'll see how.
Hey, they're saying
flip it on
they're
your
saying
mic.
the mic is muted. Make sure you're unmuted.
All right, how about
Start over.
We good?
Yeah.
Again, K-State, all right, looks like a great pick to make the playoff, right? LSU versus Notre Dame. I'm trusting Notre Dame here to win that game. Going to have them advancing. That means they'll play Texas, who I have as the 1 seed. Then we have Penn State versus Miami. Give me Penn State here. I'm just going to put PS.
You.
I don't have enough space for 3 letters, man. I got fat fingers. All right, Toledo versus Clemson. Shout out to Jay Will here. I believe in them. Unfortunately, this is where it comes to end. That's just not enough to beat a Clemson team. Clemson advances.
We'll be back.
They will face Alabama in that. I have Alabama versus Clemson here. Give me the Tide. I like the Tide in that matchup. Like I said, I don't think Clemson has the team speed to beat Alabama.
I just want to point out to the chat that this guy right here makes fun of my handwriting.
Oh, I don't have the pen.
I just want everyone to know. I don't have the pen, he said.
Where's the pen? Where's the pen?
No, keep going.
It's ADD.
That's fine. It's fine. Next up on the board, we have Georgia versus Penn State. I like Georgia in this matchup. I trust Kirby Smart for these. How about that, Brooks? Is that better? Is that better handwriting for you? Good UGA for you. Next up, Ohio State versus Oregon. Matchup of last year's Rose Bowl and regular season. And I believe no, they don't play in the regular season this year. I've got Ohio State winning it again. I just don't think Oregon has enough roster talent to keep up with what Ohio State has. Notre Dame versus Texas. Same story here. I'm going Texas. I don't think Notre Dame has the horses here, which means the final four for me is Ohio State, Texas, Bama, Georgia. Could not be more of a chalked up, hey, no duh type of playoff scenario. This is where things get hairy for me. Ohio State versus Texas. Rematch of week 1. Rematch of last year's Cotton Bowl. They're doing it again in the playoff, and you know what? Ohio State not winning this one.
Ooh!
Hit you with the...
A little switcheroo right there?
Georgia and Bama also have a regular season matchup, and I think this will be a rematch. I think whoever wins the first game of the regular season for both of these matchups will not win the second. I have Georgia beating Alabama in Athens, which means I have...
no!
Guys, this man has picked Georgia to lose to 2 teams in the state of Alabama this year.
Hey, but they're winning.
He's so sad right now.
They're winning that.
The day we debut this.
Again,
Boo him, Chad.
I cannot emphasize this enough. I do not feel good about this at all.
We're just placating the Bama fans. That's all we're doing.
We've got a Texas versus Bama national championship, and you know what? I'm not letting this Arch Manning hype go out of control. I'm not playing into it. Give me Bama to win the Natty just like Brooks. And by God, I hate this bracket. I don't believe in it. I think it's dog shit. But at the end of the day, these are the teams I have, and this is the corner I pinned myself into. So, I guess Alabama's winning the Natty this year, folks.
That's 2 counts for Bama. 2 counts for Bama. J. Will, what you got for me, baby? Let's go. Let's play a little musical chairs here. Hey, unmute or mute that. So okay. Make sure you know you're muted right here, J. Will.
Don't forget to unmute it like I did.
All right, don't step on the cord here, boss.
Oh my God, dude, that felt so good.
Woo! Hey, by the way, we're getting called nothing but Georgia deniers and SEC homers. So make something shake right here, Jay Will. Make everybody happy. That's the goal. Make everybody happy today.
I feel gross.
Hold on.
Damn, dude, chat's cooking me, and honestly,
will you hit the right arrow? Click on the picture and click the right arrow. Just hit the right arrow.
Oh,
twice. Should be twice.
Here.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, there's my writing. Dude, that's not terrible handwriting. The Bama was not
pretty bad, brother.
The Bama was sloppy, I'll give it that.
Oh, crap.
There's Chris Smith.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Just zoom in. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
All right, now hurry up and hit the pin before you F anything up.
Hit the pen, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Hit the Benjamin, J. Will.
All righty. I have a very similar bracket as Kirby did, if you remember when we released our official playoff brackets. So this might go rather similarly. I have Toledo versus Georgia in the first round. That just makes my heart happy, by the way. The fact that those 2 teams could potentially match up in a college football playoff in Athens. I like that. But I will be taking the Dogs in that one.
Oh, yeah.
For Kansas State, Alabama, as Kirby mentioned, not off to a great start for the Big 12 pick there, but as we said, it is a freaking crapshoot in that conference. Still riding with the Wildcats, so I think Avery Johnson and the offense will figure some things out. Actually know what their strengths are to get to this point in the season, but I'm going to be taking Alabama to win that football game.
Uh-oh.
Moving on to LSU and Penn State. Have not been very high on Penn State. I do think that they make a playoff, but ultimately I think that when you're matched up against a team like LSU, I think they're going to have more offensive firepower than you, and I think that you get a very seasoned Garrett Nussmeier versus a seasoned Drew Aller. I'm going to be taking the better quarterback in that one. I think Garrett Nussmeier is better than Drew Aller. I'm going to be taking LSU to pull off the upset in round 1 right there.
I mean, in all honesty, if we had to pick a quarterback to have seasoning, it would be the guy from LSU, not the guy from Penn State.
Absolutely.
Good call.
That's a fun matchup, too.
Yeah, it is. A rematch from the regular season, from a week 1 matchup. We got Miami versus Notre Dame. I think that we kind of saw how dangerous a Notre Dame playoff team can be in these types of situations. I think when you're going to get into the grand scheme of these games, it's all going to be about discipline and executing. I'm going to be taking the team that's going to execute at a higher rate, or the team that I think I'm going to bet on to execute at a higher rate in this matchup. I'm going to be taking Notre Dame. By the way, it would be at Notre Dame this time. It would not be at Miami. Going to be taking Notre Dame in that matchup.
So you got Notre Dame sweeping this season.
Against Miami? Yeah. I would have Notre Dame sweeping the season against the Hurricanes.
Hurricane fans in shambles right now in the chat.
LSU versus Ohio State. I just don't know that LSU is going to have enough answers defensively to go up against a guy like Jeremiah Smith. This is a defense that has given up so many explosives. Julian Saint at this point in the year going to have a lot of experience. Not going to be classified really as a first-year starter anymore if you're rolling into a college football playoff. So I like Ohio State in this matchup, ending Garrett Nussmeier in the Tigers season there. Notre Dame versus Texas. As disciplined as I was talking about Notre Dame is, and I expect them to be this year, again, kind of going with the defensive firepower, the offensive firepower. I think Arch Manning in that defense is going to be too much for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to handle. I'm going to be taking Texas to move on here.
Oh, dude, it's shaping up to go just like my bracket.
Easy now. All right. Dan Lanning versus Kirby Smart.
Oh my God, you're going to make me bark.
Why?
Huh?
You got to pick the Dogs. I know. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I'm picking Georgia to win this matchup. I was just teasing it a little bit. You know, Dan Lanning, Kirby Smart, get a little rematch from Dan Lanning's first year. Didn't go too smoothly. I'm not going to say that Georgia would beat them down like they did in that first matchup, but I would think that Georgia kind of handles this Oregon Ducks football team. So I've got UGA moving on against Oregon. Clemson versus Alabama. This is a tough one for me to pick. I mean, this is really two really good defenses. I like Cade Klubnik a lot. I like the offensive upside that we have here. And honestly, I think I'm going to take Clemson to beat Alabama in this matchup.
Oh,
Dang.
all right. So that's where me and Jay will differ. Oh, you're right. He gave him full government name.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a great abbreviation there in my opinion. All right, Ohio State versus Texas. I like Arch Manning in this matchup, in a rematch, because, again, I have Ohio State winning the Week 1 matchup. I think that game being in Columbus and all the other factors for that football game, I just think that the Buckeyes are more favored in that matchup. As opposed for this one, I'm going to be taking a Texas team at this point in the season and Arch Manning at a neutral site. Give me the Longhorns going into the championship game. And then Georgia-Clemson. We've seen this movie many of times with Kirby Smart, or a couple
Big dubs.
I have Georgia winning this football game, going to the national title game against Texas. SEC homer, say whatever you want about me. I have Georgia losing to Texas in the regular season, which means that I'm going to be picking them to win the national title.
Let's go, Big Dubs in the chat. I told you he's going to make you bark.
There you go.
Woo!
Congratulations.
We got a dog picker.
This is my college football playoff bracket that I literally just did freestyle right now.
Chat, I want to see Big Dubs in the chat, Super Chubs in the chat for them dogs winning that national title per J. Will.
J. Will, you are the chat's favorite today. My goodness. Holy hell,
Hey,
dude.
somebody had to do it. Somebody had to be him, and of course, it's J. Will.
Who's
Nobody
H2O?
more likable on this network than J. Will. You know what I mean?
Honestly, look, not to do the thing, but I didn't take any notes heading into this. I didn't go ahead and pre-pick my bracket heading into this segment. I just kind of went off feel. I'm glad I did it that way, just kind of like in the
Feels
moment.
right, doesn't it?
I just feel like it went way better that way than me like overthinking all these matchups and all that stuff.
You know what? Thank you so much for this wonderful bottle of water, Kirby, that I left on your desk. You know, I mean, it's just I'm over here. Just a wonderful bottle of water. Also, shout out to our friends over at Cass. Let's continue.
Ooh, I got the hop on camera.
You got a what?
I
You
got
got the hop on camera? Hey, show a little juice every once in a while. You know what I mean? We got college football this weekend. If you ain't hyped, get the hell out of my chat. What's up?
You got chat members paying J. Will from picking Georgia.
This is solely for J. Will. Is this there? This is solely for J. Will Brooks. Give him a crisp 20 on stream right now. I don't carry cash, but hey, it's on when you check. It's on when you check. Coming in 4 days. All right,
Let's go.
We'll add it on.
Hey, don't forget the $2 too.
Chubbing for J. Will.
Let's go.
Whoa, super chubbing for J. Will. All he had to do was pick on them dogs, man. All we had to do was set him up. That's
Honestly,
called
though,
alley-oop right there.
Look,
honestly,
like, I hate to do like the homer thing as people would classify it as, but like in that matchup path for Georgia, I feel like that's pretty reasonable, honestly.
It's reasonable.
I think it's a very reasonable
I think
outcome of
picking
that.
Georgia to win the national title in general is reasonable no matter how you do the bracket. It didn't shake out like that for me.
Interesting hashtag in the chat right there. Hey, we got a week 1 onslaught of college football games. I'm talking about dime after dime after dime. So many great football games this weekend. I don't know how the rest of college football season is going to live up to this one weekend, it feels like. It's that big. And when I look at the slate, guys, I ain't going to be able to come up for air next week. We're going to be doing so many film studies, man. There are so many question marks, and we talked about this, I felt like, all offseason, so many question marks at the top. Even the 9 or 10 teams that we think actually have a chance to win a national title, all of them have questions, or at least things that have to go right for them to go win a national title. And it's like this every year, but I feel like specifically at the quarterback position, there are far more guys that I'm going to be watching this weekend, whether it be for the first time or for the first real time, and they're playing for a potential national title contender or a playoff caliber contending roster. I got my top 10 things I am ready to and excited to watch this weekend. Are y'all ready for this?
Let's hear it.
And boys, the OLI is Lenora Sellers. So listen how tight this top 10 is.
So wait, we only have one OLI?
I got one OLI outside looking in, Lenora Sellers versus Virginia Tech. I'm going to take a peek at it, but I ain't mainstaying watching it. I'm mainstay watching almost every single play of number 10, Austin Simmons at Ole Miss. I know they're probably playing some cake this weekend. I don't care. I haven't seen enough Austin Simmons. I saw one drive against Georgia, and it looked damn good. I've seen 12, I think, pass attempts outside of that matchup against Georgia, and they're against slappies and mop-up duty. So let's see him against slappies and starting duty this weekend. I'm excited to see it. If he is legit, I don't know if Ole Miss is national title contender this year, but they damn sure are next year, considering how they can band together and go out and get portal additions like they did a year ago. CJ Carr and Carson Beck, number 9. Very intrigued by this quarterback matchup. A lot of question marks about Carson and that Miami continuity and rapport being available right there week 1. Hard to believe that they're going to come right out of the gate hot. And if they do, man, how impressive will that ultimately be? And Lord knows we're, at least anticipating the first start of CJ Carr, right? Don't really know what to expect. If I know what I think I should expect from a Notre Dame quarterback starting for his first time with Jeremiah Love and that backfield now offensive line. They're going to run the rock. All right, but if the game's tight and they have to put it at the feet of CJ Carr, what does that ultimately look like? I'll be paying close attention this weekend. Number 8, and I'm surprised it's this low on my list, but when I rattle it off, man, like I kind of know who these guys are. I'm going to watch it for entertainment purposes. Cade versus Nuss. I think we'll be watching that one and maybe studying that one next week if they go off, and I think they have an opportunity to do so, specifically Cade as a passer, because I think LSU is going to be able to eliminate their run game. So you might see 30, 35 attempts from Cade, no different than you saw in that playoff game against Texas. How many attempts did he have in that game?
He was pushing 40, I'm pretty sure.
I know. Was it a season high in that football game for them?
A career high.
It might have been both of those. So there is that. Ooh. Big dubs in the chat. Number 7, Clemson's running game and offensive line as a whole. Like, hey, what are we doing at running back? Is Adam Randall like legit? Because he looked pretty good in the spot time last year against Texas in that one game where he actually got running back totes. By the way, I've said it already this offseason. Like, it's a body type 4 running back. Like he's 6'3"-ish. He's 230-ish pounds. He's like too short and stocky to be a tight end, but too thick to be a wide receiver. He's a running back. He's just a really oversized running back, and I think he's going to be good at it. Number 6, I think Texas has 2 of the better football players, maybe the best football players in the box this year. All right, we've been talking a lot this week about box play. Okay, Colin Simmons and Anthony Hill are 2 of the best football players on the defensive side of the football this year. I'm excited to watch that defense as a whole, how they rebanded, right? How they reloaded with a lot of NFL football players leaving. Number 5, I think it's an obvious one. It's very, very pivotal, as all of these guys are moving forward on this list. It's Gunnar Stockton. If Gunnar Stockton has an ability to make this ceiling in terms of a passing attack they could be a 300-yard passer. They could be a 30 attempt, 300-yard passing if need to be. If you're going to eliminate the run, this guy can beat you. If we see signs of that, Georgia's going to be a real problem this year, because if they have a rookie quarterback a quarterback on a rookie deal, or what equates to a rookie deal, then we can assume everything else around that guy's really, really good. So if he's playing winnable plus football, Watch out for Georgia. We'll see that this weekend. Number 4, Joey Aguilar. I don't know if that's going to be a playoff team, but I'm curious. I'm curious as hell because I think they're going to improve at the quarterback position. Number 3, Ty Simpson and that Alabama offense. I'll be paying attention to that. I think, and we've been talking about it all offseason, how they are going to morph back into or, return back to an actual Kalen DeBoer offense. I expect to see that this weekend against Florida State. Number 2 and number 1, they play each other this weekend. Julian Saint and Arch Manning. I'll be glued. I'll be glued to not just the ESPN broadcast, but I'll also, or Fox, excuse me. Not only glued to the Fox broadcast, maybe on Stream East because YouTube TV wants to be a bunch of. I'll be watching that one on tape too.
I was say you might not be watching if you got YouTube TV, but no.
We got the back channels.
Oh yeah,
they got a short-term deal worked out.
Oh, they did?
Did they?
Yeah, they got a short-term deal.
We love to see that.
Good for them. Hey, let's do a little What If Wednesday. What do you think? Or do we have another thing to talk about?
Look how convenient. How convenient are our friends at Lucy Breakers?
Dude, that's a bad...
You know what I mean?
It's convenient until...
You would think, like, hey, do the pouchless, the spitless nicotine, like, you don't have a spitter. You know what I mean? Like, spitters were the worst thing. But now I'm doing the pouches on the show. When I had those other brands, where do I put them? I basically had a pseudo spitter over here for a long... Not anymore. My friends over at Lucy Breaker, code FGN, got me hooked up.
It's convenient until one of your friends finds the can and goes like, oh, they're the top. And then you've got some used breakers in your... That's the first toss of the night.
Yeah, I don't like to toss them on the reeds anymore in case I drop them.
Yeah.
And it's a second plug for our friends over at Lucy Breakers. Which why not give them 2? You know what I mean? Sometimes we give them 3.
Sometimes we do.
Where are we at? I'm lost. I'm confused, bamboozled.
We got What If Wednesday left.
We got What If Wednesday left and a spare topic that I hope we have time for because I hope we do. I don't know if we will, though. Let's get into it. What If Wednesday, boys. We do this every single Wednesday, and it's one of my favorite segments. I think, unless it doesn't happen, it's by far my favorite segment that we do on a weekly basis, but unless it doesn't happen, What If Wednesday is pretty damn cool. Set it up.
All right, what if... And this is a big what if. What if the Auburn Tigers lose to Baylor on Saturday?
Ooh. If Auburn loses to Baylor, they might be staring at 2-4.
Yeah, that is a tough opening of the schedule if you can't get off the ground. And how quickly does the Q-free seat start heating up?
If Auburn is getting beat by Baylor, let's give them Ball State and South Alabama. But are you giving them on the road at Oklahoma?
Nope.
If they can't beat Baylor, are you giving them on the road at A&M? No. Are you giving them at home against Georgia if they can't beat Baylor to start the season? No. If they lose this weekend, their whole entire fan base will be up in arms staring down 2-4.
Yeah.
4. Look,
2-4 might get him fired.
You're fired at 2-4.
Yeah.
The thing I said about this matchup is the worst thing that could have happened for Auburn is for them to turn into the favorite, the betting favorite, which they have. I think that's the worst case scenario for them because at first Baylor was the favorite going into this game, and that's a bit of a cop-out for you at least. Like you weren't even expected to win this game almost in some people's eyes. Like we weren't even the clear favorite in this one. We played it close. Like this is showing signs of improvement, this, that, and the other. But, I mean, you're the clear favorite now heading into this matchup. So if you go on the road and lose to Baylor now, what are you going to say about the matchup? Well, like, what are you going to say about the future of the program and what's heading down the path for you?
Got a couple super chubs to talk about. 50 Shades of Babe says, this one's for Jay Will. Bark. Y'all still have a 3-peat before the new Bama, though. Sincerely, a lovely Bama fan. Bro, you had a Bama fan barking in the chat tonight.
Dude, I
had a boy.
Jay Will's popularity.
Jay Will popping
through the roof.
Jay Will is popping right about now. We had some more super chubs in here. My man, them dogs as hell said 24/7 released their roster composite, and we're at number 1. That would make sense. You had a rookie deal at the quarterback position. You had ability to go pay for more. Whit Thompson, is he on the board? He needs to be. If not, Whit Thompson says, how many turnovers Seabeck going to have this year? Not as many as last, in my opinion. Okay. I think we're looking at maybe 8 as opposed to the 12 he had a year ago.
I think 12 total turnovers is a reasonable number. That includes fumbles. I don't think he throws 12 picks.
That was uncharacteristic last year. Is my man Whit up on the board?
Though, too. It's honestly hard to tell who is and who isn't.
It doesn't look like it, but
it sounds like a new name to me. Whit Thompson.
One of the biggest mistakes we made was not keeping a log of who is and who is not on the board.
Well, we got plenty of interns in here that ain't doing nothing that might be able to do something like that, okay?
Dang.
Whit Thompson.
Oh, you're going to have to add another one while you're up there.
Oh, we got another one?
We got Dog Boy.
Dog boy.
I'll go ahead and read you the question too. Brooks, as a former lineman yourself, do you think going up against the level of competition that Georgia has on the defensive line makes Juan Gaston a better player?
Oh, like competition in-house? Of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, the level of transition, getting him ready to play on an actual Saturday is much
You
less.
also need to add Dolphin.
Dolphin? Mm-hmm. Oh, but yeah, I mean, to answer the question from the Super Chubber, yeah, I mean, playing good defensive linemen in practice is the only way to get better. And I think we heard all those offensive linemen. You hear Tate Ratledge talk about this, okay? He talks about playing those guys in that 2020 roster that were really, really hard to block in practice. We also heard Kirby talk about this the other day at his press conference, right? He was asked about, hey, what do you expect to see from your offensive line and defensive line in the opening game? Nothing more than I've been seeing in practice. Like, practice is games for offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Like, there is no, we talked about this the other day, there is no thud speed for offensive linemen and defensive linemen. You play ball Monday through Saturday in college football as an offensive and defensive lineman. You're going to come out of college worked at those positions. All those skill guys get to go over there half of the practice and do 7-on-7, and they're thudding up, and a wide receiver catches a hitch, and a corner comes over there and tags him off. There ain't no tagging off when we're running duo. There ain't no tagging off when I got to move a 3 technique against his will in practice. There ain't none of that. So, yeah, of course, you practice against good football players. It's going to make you better as an offensive lineman. Anything else?
I believe we were on to our second.
Continuing what if.
Yeah, continue. Hey, is there any way this is possible? What if Arch Manning is a non-factor on Saturday? What if for some reason he just has a mediocre football game and they win it by like a late field goal, or they run their way to a win? What if they like Kentucky this thing, Georgia, Kentucky a couple years ago, where it's like they win 16-6? And I know this is impossible, but I'm only setting this up because I think that's the only avenue where there is no Arch Manning reaction after this weekend.
Oh, dude, if Arch Manning walks out and does absolutely nothing and hands the ball for 50 plays.
Oh, they're protecting him. He must be trash.
There will be an Arch Manning reaction.
Okay.
Whether it is, oh my God, he is the best ever, or we have to do everything we can, or
so what
this
you're
guy
telling
sucks.
me is there is absolutely no way we are not having some ridiculous take on the timeline come Sunday?
There's no way.
I feel like the takeaway from that football game would just be that, Texas doesn't even need Arch Manning to be a superstar for them to be good this year. They're just an even more dangerous football team than we thought they were. Arch Manning can just go out there and have a casual day. They're going to be one of the top teams in the country.
If at Monday on 11 or on Monday at 11 a.m., if Stephen A. Smith is not screaming into a camera about how Arch Manning is either the best quarterback in the world or a complete and utter bust, I will die. That is my prediction.
Struck down live.
Strike me
Monday
down and
at
take
11.
me away. Stephen A. Smith is going to have some loud take about how Arch Manning's either the best in the world or he's a bust. That's all. That's my prediction.
Hey, if you're near the squat rack at the local Y and Kirby's over there, just look out at around 11 o'clock.
Yeah, for real, honestly.
You know what I mean? And it ain't because he's slinging weight. It's because might get struck down.
Ouch.
What if this weekend is even better than we
Sling weight in the
anticipated it
squat
to be?
rack. Sorry, we'll get back to
what
this.
do you define as slinging weight nowadays?
I mean, we ain't gonna. I was just expecting it. Yeah, dude.
I get to the upper 350s, but
Ass to grass?
yeah.
Okay.
But other than
I'm
that,
sorry. Am I interrupting something?
Yeah, we're talking ball right now.
It doesn't sound like I was
It's
talking
an
about.
aspect of ball. It revolves around. Sorry, J. Will.
Continue.
Trying to get the
Sorry,
chat hyped up
sorry,
about the
chat's
weekend.
favorite.
I mean, honest to God, like, you don't have to worry about getting struck down by God because you picked Auburn to beat Georgia and Alabama to beat them in the national title. You need to worry about Georgia fans in Athens
Yeah,
this
dude,
weekend.
they're gonna come after me.
Trying to
got
get the
for me?
chat hyped up real quick.
My bad. Come on, what if?
What if this weekend is even better than we anticipated it to be? Like, what if we get an overtime finish for Texas, Ohio State? What if TCU and UNC just go an all-time classic? Like Josh Hoover and Bill Belichick are having the duel of a lifetime on Monday night.
1 o'clock in the morning on a Monday night. Oh,
Notre Dame and Miami, it's just a defensive battle, but a good defensive battle. I'm not talking about one of those snooze fests that we get on the Big
An
Ten every now and
SEC
then.
defensive battle.
yeah.
No.
Not that Big Ten BS.
But,
We're
there's a
talking
difference.
85 Bears versus you name another great defense battle.
Yeah, what if we get one of those? Like,
2011
what if this
Steelers.
weekend just like, I think the bar is set here already. Like, this weekend has been talked about so much, not just because it's week one, but because of the matchups that it's going to produce. What if it's just an all-time classic? Like, it's only downhill from here, honestly, from compared to what we just got in week one.
It won't be downhill. It might not live
Ain't
up
no
to,
such thing. It's a
there's no
build,
such thing,
baby.
dude.
No,
but I hear
but
what
you know
you're
what I'm saying.
What if it is that much of a deliverance? Like, what if they deliver just banger after banger after banger? You know what I'll say on Monday? The football gods are real. The football gods are real. I believe in them. I believe in the football gods.
That's interesting. Your Sunday reaction show is not going to include we're going to be able to react to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think we might be doing a watch party on Monday night.
Oh.
You know, come in here, have to do no show notes, just kick the feet up.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I won't kick my feet up because I'll have flip-flops on.
I mean, it's a secondary screen experience. I mean, who don't have 2 TVs in their house nowadays?
All right.
You know,
Or a tablet.
one on the phone, one on the screen.
Yeah, who doesn't? If you don't have at least
the takes during commercial breaks.
if you don't have at least 5 screens in your house,
peasant, you know,
shame. Amish.
don't love
You're
ball.
Cam Scataba.
Don't love ball. If you're not 5 screening on Saturday, you don't love ball, or you're like us and you might be busy, which is fine too.
I got one.
Come on with it.
All right. What if on Friday night, neither Caden Salter or Julian Lewis look good for Colorado? Like, it's very clear that it's Shador, and there's a massive drop-off between those 2 quarterbacks.
You made a good investment in the transfer portal, and it sounds like you made the best decision for your football team, and yet so it looks like you're going to have great quarterback play this season with Caden Salter, and you have a promising young prospect still waiting behind him moving forward, so the future looks bright in Colorado. Like, that's best-case scenario for you right there.
So I've obviously talked about how much I love Clemson's front 6. Okay, it's a nice PC way of saying that. But they didn't perform very well last year in pivotal football games. They kind of got rolled several times. What if Clemson's defense just gets absolutely obliterated on Saturday? I'm talking like 450 total yards of offense and 35 points. I'm not talking about 60. I'm talking about like, what if they get leaky on Saturday against this LSU offense?
I think it would be time to like have a confirmed theory that that Dabo Swinney against SEC programs does not go well. Yeah, you can beat the Kentuckys in the bowl games. You'll beat South Carolina every now and then because that's your rival. But when it's time to go against the big dogs, you haven't been able to do it since 2018.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't either. But
I didn't think. You know, Texas put up what, like 40, almost 40 on them?
The final score was like 35 to 20 something.
Yeah.
They handled
Georgia's second half against them was like walking the football, it felt like, too. It's weird.
Clemson got handled by...
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just saying I didn't think it was going to happen the other 2 times either.
I mean, based on last year's results, it's that you can run the football against a Clemson if you're an SEC football team. And teams ran it all over them. All 3 of the SEC teams that they played last year.
Team speed. Team speed.
What if we get another Hawaii heater this weekend?
Oh, dude.
It's the late night game on Saturday against Arizona. Come on, man.
Hey, I called that one last week. I said that is game of the week. I didn't expect Hawaii's quarterback to finish the second half on one leg. That was crazy. But no, I'm all in on the Rainbow
I saw
Warriors.
a tweet that says, so Hawaii's in the ACC now, right?
Might as well be.
I talked about it on Sunday. I don't think there is a better thing for a college football sicko than Hawaii being fun to watch. You know, because it's 2:30 in the morning and I'm fiending still. And I want that fourth quarter to be entertaining, not just a slop fest, which it was kind of a slop fest, but it was a fun slop fest, you know?
A good slop fest. An entertaining one. Sometimes you're like...
It's like the right kind of mud wrestling, you know what I mean?
I think I can picture that.
Not a sloppy mud wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a good mud wrestling.
Like fun.
Yeah, fun.
Like
entertaining.
I want to join.
Catch it at 2 o'clock in the morning, you watch it.
Yeah, I want to join in.
Yeah. My boy Blue. Hey, what if Joey Aguilar absolutely shreds Syracuse on Saturday?
Fire up the Tennessee's a playoff.
Hold on. Joey shreds and Nico stinks.
Oh.
Nico's playing Utah this weekend, guys. UCLA and Utah are playing this weekend. Utah ain't no slappy on defense. They ain't never been. Nico has a real opportunity to struggle this weekend. Joey's got a real opportunity to just, I don't know, be a little bit better than Nico last year, which was, he's got to throw for 220 yards?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't that hard. Tennessee fans going to be going nuts this weekend if that's the case.
Not just Tennessee fans, dude. They're going to be college football fanatics all over the world on social media dancing on Nico's grave, which is unfortunate, but that's the bed you made. So
honestly, if that's what happens, if Joey Aguilar balls and Nico stinks this weekend, I think Joel Klatt has to literally drink a cup of Kool-Aid that's marked Big Ten a la Jim Jones style. Because I'm going to tell you what, like seriously, I every time I listen to Joel Klatt speak about college football, I have two thoughts. One, man, you really could be the best at this. Two, it sounds like Tony Petitti just gave you that talking point in your ear. It's so bad. Every time I hear him talk, it's like, good God, give me the Big Ten propaganda some more, man.
Yeah.
And I'm an SEC propagandizer. I admit that. I think this conference is better because I believe that. I don't think he believes half the stuff he says.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. And I think this is a message we could have to all of the major media members, depending on where their alliances are. There's a lot of ESPN guys that have podcasts that
for sure
consistently rave about the SEC and consistently talk about that. The stuff Paul said about
the Big Ten lately is ridiculous. Like, they want them outright. Like, stop with the stuff. Like, I get it.
You've had this take before where I want to be able to watch a sport and not know who your provider is, who you're carrying water for which conference. Like, and that's not the case.
To me, it's dangerous. Like, it's not dangerous, but it's like what they teach you guys in school about the non-biasedness, right? Mm-hmm. About telling the truth, about being straightforward with your opinions, man. Not this, I have to go out here and tell people that if it wasn't about money, he wouldn't be at UCLA. It was totally about money. It was a holdout for more money and you got to buy more players. I'm not doing either of it. Okay, I'm going to the portal. Why didn't he get more money from UCLA? There was no leverage. I don't have to spin off on this, but it's so bothers me.
What if...
Go ahead.
Oh, we got time for that. What if John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners absolutely look impeccable on offense? Now, they're playing Illinois State, but there's a lot of hype coming into this. What if it seems like Oklahoma's going to be really good on offense this year?
I would buy it. Like, I would believe it. I'm not so bullish on the offensive line, but we ain't going to find that out this weekend.
Who are they matched up against?
Illinois State.
Yeah, we definitely ain't finding that out this weekend.
But
and by the way, even when Oklahoma's 7-5, they beat these teams by 70. Oklahoma, to me, is the most, connotes they fitting to beat the hell up out of a mid-major. I mean, I looked up a couple years ago, they're up 77-0. Mm-hmm. And then they went on to be 7-5. Like, they're going to do this.
Yeah, that would probably mean that I guarantee there's probably not even a line on that game.
I don't think there was.
I have one take, okay, before we go to the local hour that I kind of want to get to. Do you have more what ifs?
It's fine.
All right.
It's whatever.
Sure?
I was just going to say, well, give your take. Okay. This is okay. It's okay.
So we went semi-viral in the Tennessee space today, and in the comments that I made yesterday, which was about how Josh Heupel's contract extension was a no-brainer. This is a football program that I don't ever expect to recruit inside the top 5, okay? And in the history of college football, they haven't, and I don't expect them ever to. Therefore, they better have a schematic advantage, which they do. They play a different brand of football that levels the talent discrepancies that they will inevitably face when they play the Georgias, the Bamas, the Ohio States, the Texases. And Tennessee fans had one of two reactions. One, I love this guy. He's so right. Listen to this. Ball knower. That's great. The other response was, you're an idiot. We can recruit in the top 5. We did back in 2000 to 2007. And here's my thing. Back in 2000 to 2007, when Philip Fulmer was, at the back end of his real good run for you guys, Alabama was a shell of themselves. Georgia was a shell of themselves. Now those programs are good. So now guess what happens? When you go into Alabama, you don't win a lot of those battles. When you come into Georgia, you don't win those battles anymore. Okay? Like, for example, Tennessee doing a great job with Jeremiah Thielander. Jeremiah Thielander would have been passed up by a Georgia class that featured Raylan Wilson and C.J. Allen. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't that class, it was going to be Justin Williams and Chris Cole. All right? Hey, love Jordan Edmonds. He's probably going to play for y'all this year as a true freshman. I don't know if he had a Georgia offer. Okay, the other corner that you took, I don't think he had a Georgia offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all take great players from this state and you turn them into really, really good players. But you don't come down here and take the ones that Georgia wants. Not right now. And as long as Kirby Smart's here, you won't do it. Guess what? Memphis is a great hub for you. But Alabama recruits Memphis just as well as you do. It's just as close. It's on the west side of Tennessee. So, like, yes, you have a really good 5-hour radius. And it was really good in the 2000s. But the other people in the surrounding states are back to being what they should be, which means you have to find an advantage elsewhere. That's all the point that I was making. And I think Hype does that better than anybody y'all have had in the last 2 decades.
I mean, too, like, yes, Tennessee has a great 5-hour radius within the realm of where they can recruit and which states they can go into and recruit players. But when you just go a state below with like Georgia and Alabama, just adding in Florida makes their 5-hour radius that much better than what Tennessee has access to, because there's great players in the northern part of Florida that Georgia and Alabama continue to go in there and get. And then adding on to the fact that Georgia can creep into Alabama as well, like, it's a good 5-hour radius, but it's not one of the best ones in the SEC.
Well, it's a good 5-hour radius, but your home state's the worst of the network. Like, I'll take Carolina football over Tennessee football. Am I wrong for that?
I don't know. I mean, it's comparable. It's comparable.
I mean, I would take. Well, I put them both together. You know, South Carolina football not as good as Tennessee football, maybe.
Probably not.
But North Carolina's getting there. Like the Grimsleys of the world. Like that's good football in North Carolina. So it's just different, man. It's just I think they have the right football coach. That was the point. And in classic fandom, nah, we got more. We can do better. We can constantly recruiting in the top 12 is really damn good. You don't have to recruit in the top 5 to win. You know, Notre Dame was playing for national title last year, averaging with the 11th overall class. So you don't have to. Let's move on to the local hour. We got a loaded one for you coming up next. Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on the Film Guy Network for another loaded hour here in the local hour. Some say it's our best hour. We're going to talk about why Georgia fans, I know we just got done talking about the Heupel extension. We're going to talk about why you should be happy about that. Tim Keenan, tightrope surgery out at Alabama. We'll talk about what it means and when to expect him back. Speaking of when to expect, how about what to expect coming tonight on this Marshall matchup? I did some digging on those guys. Normally, we're going to give you a film study on that stuff this year for you Georgia fans. I'm not breaking down Marshall tape, no offense. I'm not going back to break down NC State defensive tape. I'm not going back to watch Jacksonville State offensive tape. But I'll tell you what I saw today when I did do exactly that. But I'm not going to break it down for you, unfortunately. But we'll get up on the board. We'll talk some ball tonight on that one. Get a weather update tonight for you guys as well. Top 5 reasons this game is important. And I enjoyed our senior tape segment last night. We're going to bring that back tonight with a couple of Georgia players who are off to great starts in their senior seasons that will ultimately be signing with the University of Georgia in December. But I do want to start tonight's local show by giving a good shout out to our friends over at Cass High School. Speaking of the local hour, a little Jacoby White action right there. The McWhorter cousins, Bear and what is the quarterback's name? Brody McWhorter. Good job there. And Coach McWhorter as well. They sent this nice, fine hoodie. We've got a rule around here. You send it, I'll wear it. So if you're a college football coach listening today, which there's a lot of you, if you're a high school football coach listening today, get in contact with me. I'll give you my address. We'll show some and shine some light on your football program here on the network. Let's get after it. Why should Georgia fans be happy about Josh Heupel's extension? It's plain and simple. Until he does, I don't think that guy's beating you. I think he could beat everybody else with that system, but I don't think he can beat Georgia. And that's okay.
I guess the reason why, and it kind of sucks that this might be a moot point when they go to the 9-game conference schedule. Like Tennessee may not even be one of these annual opponents. You really don't know. We have kind of an idea. But anyways, I think that the reason why maybe you shouldn't be excited is because Tennessee is now a regular contender in this
And a regular
conference.
competent football program.
Like, you know for a fact that they're not going to be one of these bottom feeders in the conference. They're not just going to be some slappy. Like, they're going to be a contending football team, and they're going to be a really competitive football team. And every other year, or however long it's going to take in the 9-game conference schedule, you got to go up to Knoxville. You got to go up to Neyland, and you got to face them. So I think that that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't be. But other than that, like, you've handled business
to
against
me,
them.
it's not about the offense being gimmicky, like the chat's talking about. It's about the fact that the gimmick that Tennessee's offense is predicated on don't work against Georgia. Okay, and what is the gimmick? We run the ball against light boxes. Well, Georgia plays light boxes better than anybody because they got big, huge humans. Okay, and like, for example, I know they just got their brains beat in by Ohio State. We all know that. But I'm going to use Ohio State as an example. My man from Buford just went down with an ankle injury out there at Ohio State a couple weeks ago. Great defensive tackle for those guys. But
Edric Houston?
Edric Houston, right? Just went down. He's supposed to start a defensive tackle for those guys this year. All right. If he gets hurt, they're playing somebody completely inexperienced. They already are with Edric. Why are they doing that? Well, because Hero Canu's on the roster at Texas right now. They don't have a lot of interior defensive linemen at Ohio State. They got a bunch of good edges. They got 4 or 5 of those bodies. They're not loaded down with defensive tackles. We could sit right here today and name off 6 300-pounders that are fighting, scratching, and clawing for playing time at Georgia. So that's what their priority is. For every 5-star, $1 million offense or wide receiver offensive weapon that Ohio State signs out of the high school ranks, Georgia's throwing 3 stabs at 300-pounders on the defensive line. They have made themselves a byproduct of this and an ability to stop this football team.
Yeah, and I think that it's not necessarily something you should be excited for Georgia fans, where it's like, let's go, we can always beat that guy. History says you can. You've certainly had a really, really good track record with him. Let's also remember it's been a pretty small sample size.
Yeah.
It's 21, 22, 23, and 24. It's like you have a long streak against Tennessee, but...
And in 2 of those games, Heupel had a quarterback that couldn't complete a forward pass beyond 25 yards down the line of scrimmage.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the interesting things here. I think this is kind of similar to how Alabama fans probably felt when Kirby Smart got that first extension.
It's like, we own him,
and that
they're going to be good.
We can beat him all the time. We haven't had a problem with him ever, but man, I'd really wish I'd feel better off if there was some coaching turmoil, if they were constantly alternating through guys, if they couldn't seem to find the right guy. Tennessee's found the right guy now. It's very obvious by that. Now, whether that right guy can beat Georgia consistently remains to be unseen, but I don't know if this is just something that you should celebrate if you're a Dog fan.
I think that the bigger thing about Heupel that should not necessarily concern Georgia fans, but something that is definitely worth noting and that you have to keep in mind of is that it's not just that he's completely revamped that offense, but the defense is now starting to pick up. Like last year, I would say that the defense was the strength of that football team.
Yeah.
It wasn't what they were doing on offense, as great as Dylan Sampson was. It was the fact that the defense was one of the better ones in the SEC, and it looks like they're going to kind of be that type of football team this year as well. He's consistently recruiting good defensive football players and getting them into that program. So they're kind of a balanced football team now.
And they're developing on the defensive side of the football. I don't know, like everyone hates on their offensive development, especially from an NFL standpoint, but like guys, they're turning low 4-stars into first-round draft picks on the defensive side of football, like James Pierce. Their corner, Jermod McCoy. I don't think he was a 5-star football player. He's got an opportunity to be a first-round draft pick.
Transferred in from Oregon State, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. Like they're turning guys into much, much better football players than the industry thought they were. Jeremiah Thielander is an exact example of that. Like Jeremiah Thielander might have been a high-rated recruit, but Alabama passed on him. Georgia passed on him. And he's going to start for 3 years at Tennessee and be good, like passable, very, very good football player. And he was passed on by most schools, at least at that rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like as well as James Pierce turned out for them, and despite the fact he was a first-round pick, that was not the highest-rated edge that they took in that class. I mean, so the defensive development is a great point as well.
All right, let's go to the board and let's talk some ball. All right, Marshall coming to town, about 78, 90% brand new roster. All right, so I ain't going to go pull a bunch of random transfers and then watch tape. That's what their scouting department at Georgia's having to do, but I don't get paid the buku bucks. So we're going to give you the basics here. All right. I went and watched or did some research today. Their defensive coordinator spent the last several years at NC State. Their offensive coordinator spent the last couple of years with Rich Rod down there at Jacksonville State. Okay. Defensively, they are a 3-3-5. We're going to go to the board and talk about that here in a second because they play it very uniquely, or at least they did last year at NC State. Not promising that that's what they're going to do today, Saturday, but you are what you were on tape normally as a coordinator, so we'll show you that. Offensively, Rod Smith is their offensive coordinator. Like I said, he was at Jacksonville State last year with Rich Rod. They're very H-back regular spread. Okay, so there's not going to be anything, I don't think, on Saturday that isn't basic spread modern college football offense. I don't think it's going to be reinventing the wheel. I don't think you got to prepare for any type of crazy options. That being said, they might throw it at you. If I watched that UMass tape last year, the first thing I would come to this week with is chaos offensively and a bunch of funky stuff from a personnel standpoint. But nonetheless, let's go to the board and talk about this 3-3-5 with a star lurker. That's what we're talking about today. A 3-3-5 with a star lurker. Okay, now, the reason most teams play 3-3-5, guys, is because they want to be nice and symmetrical, kind of build walls, play a lot of zone behind it. Okay, so let's talk some ball here. Let's draw that offensive line. Okay. Offensive line 3-3-5s are played with a true zero, an end, and an end, normally lined up head up on the tackle. I like it in a stack. Some guys bump the stack based on alignment, but I like the stack. Let's go actually Mike, Will, and Sam here. I didn't mean to do that. All right, let's go Mike, Will, and Sam here. All right, let's go Sam, Mike, Will. All right, that's 6. We got a corner over here. That's 7. We got a corner over here. That's 8. All right, we got a safety over here. That's 9. We got a safety over here. That's 10. Now, I told you they play a star lurker. Last year, it was number 10 from NC State. Boys, he was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams, I think in the 4th or 5th round. Can you look up a name here for me? He was an elite football player. All right, he was a hybrid, kind of too big to play safety.
NC State?
For NC State, number 10. Hybrid, too big to play safety, too small to play linebacker, so they just let him roam. He's playing linebacker on Saturdays now, and they will literally just kind of let him float wherever he wants, all right, and plug in wherever he needs to. Now, not only that, all right, everything else in a 3-3-5 is based on chaos, all right? All these guys are going to be responsible for a corresponding gap, all right? They're all going to be responsible for a corresponding gap, and we never know, as an offensive line, who we're going to be responsible for. So how do you take care of that? As an offensive line, we got to work as a unit, right? We're taking the nose into the mic, right? We're taking the end into the safety. If he spikes to me, I'm taking him. We're going to squeeze up to that Sam, right? Hey, if the end spikes, you're taking him. We're going to read off the Will. All right. Hey, if the end spikes out and the Will joins, we're going to read off the end, right? Those are the things we have to talk about if indeed we see this 3-3-5 star lurker as a defense. All right. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Did you get a name for me?
I didn't see him on the NFL draft history for them. Is it Sean Brown or Devin Betty?
It might be the Beatty kid. Okay. All I know is I saw a video this week of the Los Angeles Rams GM watching the kid ball in the middle of a spring game or in the middle of a preseason game, and he tells the telecast, hey, whatever you do tonight, go home, watch this kid's highlights, watch how NC State was using him. Well, guess who the NC State defensive coordinator is? It's the Marshall defensive coordinator. So if they have one of these freak players, they're probably going to play some type of defense like this. That's what I would prepare for. That's how we would have to do it back in the day. Because, like I played at a Division II college, right? Mm-hmm. So you could imagine, you think college Division I Power 5 rosters are churning over and their staffs are churning over like crazy.
Oh, man, it's probably...
Imagine how much a D2 staff's churning over. So we would, have consistent opponents. You might play Valdosta State, 4 times in your 4-year career, but you might face 4 different offensive coordinators. Mm-hmm. So the offensive coordinator comes in, guess what we do? We study their last 3 stops. We studied their last 3 years. I remember coming to this network and telling you, remember that Kentucky game last year? Our man Bush Hardman, first time really facing him. Well, I was told during, right before the football game, they had found a bunch of stuff from Boise State that was identical to what they knew that they were about to run. No, non-ironically, Taylor Green was the quarterback at Boise State at the time, right? A deep thrower, aggressive quarterback with legs. What is Brock Vandagriff? You know what I mean? Like, so these coordinators, they're humans, no unlike the rest of us. If they feel comfortable doing something, they're probably going to continue to do that. 3-3-5 defense is a gimmick. I would run it because honestly, it gave me the most problems. Like
messes up your counts.
Huh?
It messes up your counts.
Messes up counts, messes up combinations, messes up alignments, messes up mic identifications. It creates chaos. It creates havoc. Now, we found it out the other day doing the Iowa State numbers because they're a 3-3-5 football team. They don't play it with the lurker. They mix the coverage shells in the back end. But this team, I would imagine, sets themselves up for some explosives. Will you check the NC State explosives allowed data from last year? Because, we are a program that believes 3-3-5s create havoc, but they also, open you up to explosives as well. Because if we get two guys in one gap and then we get one jump cut from the back, we're gutted.
You got a lot of space open.
Absolutely.
You've got a pretty good super chub question in there if you want.
Yeah?
It's pretty good, actually.
Actually, you seem surprised.
No, I'm just saying, it's a good super chub question.
You got those numbers for me?
Yeah, North Carolina or NC State ranked 94th in the country last year for 20-plus yard plays allowed.
Ball knower. Sammy Ibrahim says, "Hey Brooks, my first stop of college football games. I'm going to the Syracuse, I guess that's UT game. As a Dog fan, what do I need to pay the most attention to while watching the Vols? Obvious, clear, easy. Are they hitting the deep shots? I think they're going to be able to run the football no matter what, as long as Josh Heupel's there. But the key to that offense is the deep shots. So, and if you're a live better, right? If you see Joey Aguilar hit a couple of those early on, even if they're not touchdowns, if you see chunk plays, watch out, man. It's going to change the entire dichotomy of how you play defense against those guys." It's a great question from Sammy. Appreciate you, my guy. He ain't on the board, is he?
He is, I believe. He's the one who is going on the pilgrimage this year.
Oh, football pilgrimage.
Yeah,
that's right. He's going to go to a lot of different football games.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're in town for a Georgia game, wherever it is, whether it be in Athens or on the road, you let me know. We'll get a picture with you, man. No doubt about that. Yeah, how about that random stumbling into ball knowledge right there?
We love that.
Isn't that funny how that happens? So that's what to expect. Now, let's play What If Wednesday, shall we, boys?
Ooh.
This is good stuff.
I love What If Wednesday.
What if? Hey, what if Ryan Puglisi gets in and just puts on an absolute laser show?
Oh, man, we had the same note.
Hey, at some point this season, probably sooner rather than later, this Georgia fan base will start to play We Should Play the Backup game. It happens every year. It happens absolutely 100% of the time when you're a first-year starter. So, why not get it out of the way? Why not get it out of the way week one? Just have a melancholy type performance from the first unit, get up 28-0 midway through the second quarter, put Ryan in there and just start throwing bombs. Just go ahead, get it out of their system. Go ahead, have my Discord talking in the second half about Ryan Puglisi. Go ahead, sit Gunner. Just get it out the way.
I went the antithesis. I said, what if Gunnar Stockton has a Stetson Bennett UAB performance?
Ooh, what if that happens and Ryan Puglisi lights it up?
We got a QB battle.
I'm telling you right now, we have a QB battle in the fan base already. It's by nature. And Georgia fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what y'all do.
Honestly,
I've been here 6 years. I know.
I don't get that vibe, to be honest. I think that it's so refreshing for Georgia fans to see Gunnar Stockton right now set to be the starter. I have seen nothing but love from Georgia fans about Gunnar Stockton heading into the season because he's a Georgia guy. It's a Georgia State product.
Don't lie. It was the Onward Reserve commercial. That's what got you.
That is pretty sick.
That was a cool commercial.
It was a great commercial.
The T-shirt with him in his old truck. That's pretty cool.
But Jay Will.
It's sold out, by the way. Sold out immediately.
Checks out.
But Jay Will, let's not forget, these are Georgia fans. The second.
We love them to death. That's the only reason we exist, because they're this passionate and fanatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just mean right now, I don't get that vibe. When usually, it always feels that way almost.
Let Gunnar Stockton overthrow a deep ball or have an interception or something. Or not make a good play. Be a human being in his first year fully starting. The Georgia fans will immediately say, I need to see Puglisi. I need to see what Puglisi's got.
Kirby, unfortunately, that's just on Mike Bobo that Gunnar Stockton overthrew that football.
Yes.
Because Gunnar Stockton did not execute. That falls on the offensive coordinator. It is Mike Bobo's fault that Gunnar Stockton overthrew that wide receiver.
Honestly, you kind of have to keep Bobo as your offensive coordinator if for no other reason than being a whipping boy. Isn't it great that you have something like that so you're never blaming players? Your players just get a pass.
No, they don't. No, they do not.
Well, yeah, you're right, because they booed Jake Fromm even though they were booing James Coley.
Bro, Do we need to go look at some of the memes that were made by Georgia fans about a certain player on Georgia's offense last year?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
You do not get a pass just because Mike Bobo was
It's
the
fair.
That's
This
true.
is a good
That's
point.
true.
Good point.
That's a good point.
Hey, what if this is not a quarterback related question, but it is offensive? What if we come out, the first deep ball of the game, Gunnar Stockton drops back. He's got a man wide open, throws a perfectly layered ball,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
and it's dropped.
Man, doomsday over here.
Don't worry, I've got another what if to follow that up.
Sir Dooms a lot.
No.
Man.
What if, though?
Is
What
this
if
going
that
to be
happens?
the worst season ever, Kirby?
What if that happens?
What if?
Now, what if...
I don't even want to entertain that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It feels weird, but I do.
I don't even want to put that juju in the atmosphere, but you just did.
Well, I'll put this juju in there too. What if the first play of the game, 75-yard bomb, touchdown, first play?
Heisman.
There it is.
Heisman. Send them to you, New York. Bags are packed. Sorry, honey. I know your 30th birthday is December 12th, but hey, I'm going to New York for the Heisman.
I already bought the tickets. I can't return them.
I can't do it. I was just eating the chips doing my job.
I do think that could very well be a possibility where it's like, oh, God, we got Gunner. It's so refreshing to see them catching deep balls and all that.
You know what else could be a real possibility? Because it's been a possibility all spring. It's been a possibility all fall camp. We've gone through like 35 practices now with all these safeties. What if nobody separates themselves still? What if we go through these first 2 weeks and ain't nobody grabbed the reins of that position?
Well, then that
What do we do?
That typically would indicate
Corey Thomas just starting against Tennessee?
That'd probably be the game plan.
Somebody has to play their way into being this starter, man. Grab it. Somebody take this position, please.
Maybe they're just maybe the person that's going to take it's just a gamer. Got to get in the game setting.
Honest to God, it's what normally happens. Like they thought Dan Jackson was going to be the guy. And then, oh my God, look at Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
They thought Ja'Cory Thomas was going to be the guy last year. 2 possessions in, KJ Bolden flips Phil Maffa on his head top. Oh my God, we got another one. So like, yeah, you're right. It might be one of those situations, but it might just not happen. I hope it does.
What if this defensive line is a lot better than people think? And that's not to say that this defensive line is being doubted, but you just kind of run down the names of like, for sure that Christian Miller is going to be really good, but the rest of it is just kind of projecting. And so like right now, like Xavier McLeod hasn't gotten a whole lot of playing time in his college career. So like an outsider is going to look at that name and be like, well, that's not an NFL draft pick. So that's not the standard at Georgia. And then you look at all the other names that could potentially play of like a Nasir Johnson and Amdi Ogboko. And the list goes on and on of guys that could be playing. Jordan Hall hasn't played a whole lot in his career at Georgia because of some injuries. So like from an outsider's perspective, and when you just kind of look at this on paper, you see a lot of inexperience, and you probably see guys that's like, well, these just aren't NFL football players, Kirby. Like that's kind of what people say about this Georgia defensive line is it doesn't look like the typical standard. This isn't the difference makers that they typically have. Well, you're projecting them not to be the standard. You're looking at them on a roster sheet, or you're looking at their measurables, or you're looking at the couple of games that they played last year in a small sample size and saying, well, they're just not going to be good this year. They're not going to be the Georgia standard. They just don't have what they typically have. When you could also project them and say, this defensive line is going to be really, really good. This defensive line has the opportunity to be the Georgia standard because they have Elijah Griffin, a true freshman who they think is really good, and all these other players they think really highly of, and they're only going to get better than they were last year. So I think there's an opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah, I think if that is the case, you're going to see a lot of college football analysts immediately begin to start eating crow. Oh, we were wrong about Georgia. They are the best defensive line in college football. We were so wrong about them. It's the no-name defense. They're back. It's 2021. They're going to do all of these overcorrections for that because I do think that is a real possibility. There's a lot of guys on here that don't have flashy names like we talk about, like you just said. But there's a lot of guys that are also very, very solid options on that defensive line and are difference makers, I believe. So it's very possible.
What if they struggle?
Oh, see, you're not going to get attacked for that.
I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to freak out because I know why. If Georgia stumbles out of the gate Saturday, it's because they have no idea what they're playing. You know what I mean? Like there's so much unknown about this Marshall football team. And look, just because you got 60 pounds on the dude that you're fighting in a world-class boxing match, don't mean the dude might not sneak you. You know what I mean? Like this little guy that you know nothing about, you're about to go get into a fight with. And he might, I don't think he's gonna, but he might. And that would be the reason why. You just had no idea. Like, we don't know what to prepare for. The whole first possession is going to be chalked.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to go out there, run day one install stuff that you know works against. I guarantee you $100 first plays a run. Because we got to see what they're actually lining up in. That's how new this football team is. So it could. I'm not thinking it's going to happen, but it could happen.
Yeah, it certainly could be one of these games where it takes you a few possessions to then like have like an aha moment. It's like, okay, now we know exactly how we need to attack these guys and what we need to do offensively and where the weaknesses are at in this defense, and then you might start seeing it roll.
Now, to answer that question, if it does happen, and if you do have like you're midway through the first quarter and you haven't put points on the board yet, the Fire Mike Bobo, the same team as last year, the Discord's going to fire up. It's going to be... It could get ugly, and I hate that because I think you're right. Absolutely, like this is a team that Georgia knows virtually nothing about.
It would be very explainable. It will be so explainable, but the reactions are still going to be, "We suck, pack it in. It's season over."
The reaction will be, "But we're better. We should be able to just manhandle everyone." Like schemes don't matter in college football.
Again, like I thought, the UMass stuff was so explainable last year. The rushing attempts, you had no idea. They came in playing a two-quarterback system that was like completely foreign to you. So yeah, you were misaligned for an entire half. And you got it ran down your throat because you're misaligned for an entire half. Like, it could happen. I don't think it's going to. What if they do just run the ball 55 times on Saturday?
I think you're going to raise some red flags about Gunnar Stockton.
I think you're going to get some confirmation bias. All we talked about was running the football all offseason, and we showed up and did the damn thing.
If they're running the ball 55 times, how many passes does Gunnar Stockton have?
You take probably 70 snaps in this football game.
So I mean like 5.
10 for 12.
So he's playing the whole game?
No. I said you got 55 snaps or 55 runs. You take 70 total snaps. He went 10 for 12. You gave Ryan Puglisi a drive.
Okay.
You gave him three attempts. By the way, I just described every mid-major opponent they ever played from 2021 to 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what they did. They just showed up, beat the hell up out of them, didn't show nothing, and left.
Mm-hmm. This is also very true. I do wonder, though, because it's a different dynamic. It's not with a proven quarterback that you have, where it's like, okay, we know what we have, or we're not trying to protect anyone. Like, Gunnar Stockton is the guy. You need to get him live reps at the same time. It's not necessarily someone you're trying to hide. So I think they're going to air it out a little bit more than that. But if they did do that, you're going to start getting red flags raised about Gunnar Stockton. Because the outsider looks at that and goes, the box score, hey, Georgia played Marshall, a team that they should be able to walk their twos out and beat, and only let their starting quarterback throw it 12 times. They must not believe in him. What if we've got a position battle going on in defense actively? We've talked about that. Mm-hmm. What if every cornerback they roll out just plays pretty good football, winning football? What if Ellis Robinson does it? What if DeMello Jones does it? What if Daniel Harris does it? And it's like, wow, Georgia really does have 4 really good options here. What happens if
very reasonable outcome of Saturday? I don't think that's crazy at all to say that Dalen Everett, Daniel Harris, Ellis Robinson, and DeMello Jones all play great. And you don't really have you don't really get an answer of like, well, who really has the edge in that room? Well, I think that would kind of tell you what the staff has been experiencing this entire offseason of all 4 players are really good. You can only play 2 of them. You just don't really know which 2 are going to be your 2 best options other than Dalen Everett's going to be one of your starters. So you really only have 1 spot and you're trying to fill it with 3 different guys. So I think that's a very reasonable thing that could happen on Saturday is that all 3 guys play well. You move it into week 2 and maybe you don't get your true answer until like week 3 or week 4.
It is interesting though too, because how long does that get dragged on? Because we saw Daniel Harris take over the spot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like it was
Florida game.
Yeah, it was basically the Florida game where it was like, okay, Daniel Harris is the guy at this position. That's a November kick.
It was the Florida game. I remember Kirby being asked about it after the game because Julian didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, something wrong with him? I was like, no, nothing's wrong with him. Daniel earned and won the job. He has done what he needs to do the last 4 weeks.
So, I mean, there's a possibility that you've got a 4 cornerback rotation for the first 6 or 7 games of the season because there's that many guys. It's added 1 more to the battle now.
My question is, what happens if Nate Frazier and insert back number 2 are so clearly better than everybody else, but you still got 6 mouths to feed?
So much clear. Like
we know Nate needs 15 to 20 carries a game. Okay? Now, this is a first world problem. This is the antithesis of what it's been the last several years where you're 1 injury away from having to bring a defensive back over to play running back. Like, it got that bad the last couple of years, but it's the opposite now. Like, I go through the depth chart every single time. We got called basically a non-ball knower yesterday in our own YouTube comments on this network. People saying we don't know Georgia's depth chart. People saying we don't know Georgia's depth chart because we didn't mention Roger Robinson early enough at running back. Guys, that 2 carries are up for grabs this Saturday. Absolutely up for grabs. And during spring and during fall camp, the 2 names we heard the most, Bo Walker during the spring, Chauncey Bowens during the fall. Guys, Roger Robinson's got to get toast. Josh McCray's got to get toast. Cash Jones has got to get reps. Like, y'all got too many mouths. And that's a good problem to have. But how do you distribute that stuff?
And that's why I think that you don't see too much of Nate on Saturday, because you have that, you know your answer there. You know your answer at starting running back. It's going to be Nate Frazier, but you got more important business to take care of behind him on the depth chart. And you know what Cash Jones is, so you don't even have to worry about getting him carries necessarily in this football game. It's everybody else. Like, it's time to see what you got in a real football game, because we got to start making decisions on, all right, Nate needs a breather. Who's going in right now for the next 5 snaps?
Look, Cash Jones is a leader on this football team, and it's very, very important that he plays a role. That being said, on 2nd and 3, I don't know if he needs to be on the field. I think Josh McCray or Rod or one of these backs fighting for these 2 carries needs to be on the field. I think Cash Jones needs to be on the field on 3rd and 8 when the whole world knows we're passing, because he's the best option back there. But we got to avoid playing him and creating tendencies. You know what I mean? If we roll Cash Jones out on the field on 2nd and 2, and every single time Cash Jones is on the field, we're dropping back passing, that's a tendency. We can't have that. All right, so these are things that I'd be paying attention to on Saturday, no doubt.
What if we get a Noah Thomas takeover performance on Saturday?
Very much so could happen.
We've seen it on tape and like the things that we studied for Texas A&M this offseason, where there's just a couple of games where Noah Thomas does his thing and he completely takes over the game. What if you just get a coming out party for Noah Thomas? Like, first game as a Georgia Bulldog, he goes for, and like a coming out party in this game would probably be like 4 receptions for 85 yards.
Yeah, a couple
and
big
touchdown,
plays, a couple big catches.
like something like that. So what if it happens?
Hall of Namer alert. Starting quarterback or cornerback projected. Boogie Trotter.
Ooh.
Boogie Trotter, the corner from Marshall. You think he's got a chance to lock Noah up?
With a name like that, absolutely.
I wouldn't pick him.
That's good.
Come on, man.
That was good. That was a good one.
I mean,
tip of the cap for that one.
well, thank you. I can't wait to send that one to my father-in-law. He's going to dig on that dad joke. My God.
I thought you were going to hit him with a, hey, coach, is Boog.
Nah, but hey, coach, is Boog. That's good stuff right there.
But, if Noah Thomas has a takeover game, I think that you get a lot of excitement going around this offense and this team in general, because you finally feel like you have that one wide receiver. I think that you're going to get even more excitement if Noah Thomas has a game like you just described, but Zachariah Branch makes a play as well, and London Humphreys is out there doing things, and Dylan Bell is out there being the gadget player that everyone wants him to be. Like, if the wide receiver room as a whole doesn't necessarily have to have a takeover game, but can just turn in solid performances all across the board, you're going to have a lot of excitement about this team.
Any more what ifs?
No.
I got one more.
What's up?
What if it rains on Saturday?
Odds are. So
apparently it's changed.
Today.
Apparently it started to change.
I looked it up right before the show.
Someone in chat said it's only projected for the morning now.
This is why my high school baseball coach used to say, don't be a weatherman. Can't be a weatherman. Can't be guessing what the weather's going to be. Okay? Show up tomorrow ready to play. Don't be showing up tomorrow thinking it's going to rain because these weathermen stink. Last report I saw says 75% chance of rain, but just over an inch of actual precipitation. So that's what we call scattered showers down here in the South. So it's kind of a crapshoot. I think it's going to spray anyways, even if it ain't going to rain cats and dogs on the dogs. It's just going to spray a little bit.
Okay. So, I mean, that's not going to have that much of an effect on the game plan. I think you're still going to see them try to run an offense where they get both quarterbacks in a comfortable situation.
Although any time rain is a potential factor, it reminds me of the first time that it was confirmed to me, this Kirby Smart guy is a lunatic. I can't remember what football game it was, but it was a big one. I think it was a night game, but they showed up for dog walk right at dusk, so the clouds are still out, sky's still out, all that good stuff. And Kirby come walking out of the locker room. He kind of walk out like this about 10 minutes after he got done with the dog walk.
He was bent over that much.
Yeah, he kind of looking like this, and He'd been down, he touched the ground, looked back up at the sky, and then he walked back into the locker room. About 30 minutes later, he come walking back out. You know, he checking the weather and he feeling the ground. I'm like, what is this lunatic doing? Don't you have a radar back there, brother? Nope. Had to trust his gut with regards to the weather. Kirby Smart, a weatherman.
What year, Kirby, was this?
Oh, this is 2019. This had to be first year.
So this was
Don't
either-
know nothing about him. Just kind of watched him from afar. First year, you know, really paying attention, credential, all this good stuff. See this man being an absolute lunatic, and I'm like, I think I might like this guy.
This was either Kentucky or Texas A&M.
Both sucked.
Both very
like
games.
in-stadium
No.
experiences.
It might have been A&M.
Yeah, that one, it
Because
poured.
the end of that, it was pouring.
It poured the whole game.
It might have been that A&M football game. And ever since then, I mean, there's been numerous examples where I'm like, oh, guy's a lunatic. And you know what? I think I am too. I think I'm a little bit of a lunatic, and that's okay.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Lunatic is a subjective term nowadays.
And lunacy's important if you're chasing a passion. You got to be absolute on fire for what you're doing if you're going to chase.
We don't have to do this right now. I just want to make sure that we say it because I don't want to forget about him. Tony Wilson needs to be added to the wall.
He
before the end
does,
of the
and I
show.
saw his super chub earlier, and I did want to make a comment about it, so I'm glad you brought this up, okay? So let me go back to this fan funding section right here and talk about Cody Wilson. We also have 2 to put up on the board because my man Dog Boy, we already get that one? Dog Boy, we haven't.
Yeah, we got Dog Boy.
No, he asked another question.
Oh,
That's another question. Go Dogs, boys, and Jay will rise the F up. How about them Falcons? Brooks, what would it take to get about 20 to 30 minutes of NFL takes from you every week? You pride yourself on your separation from the rest of the beat. Let's do it, bro. Maybe even some film. All right, so here's the deal about me, okay? If I am not a full expert on it, or if I don't feel like I have an expert opinion upon it, I ain't going to come up in here and do it. So on Sundays, believe it or not, I do my noon reaction show, and then I try to be a normal human being, okay? I try to show my face around my family, try to show my face around my wife, try to take care of things that I don't get to take care of during the week because I'm being a lunatic. So on Sundays, no offense, I'm not watching NFL football. I don't care to come in here and talk about NFL football. Maybe one day ESPN hires me to replace Dan Orlovsky like they just did Old Man from Missouri. Okay, but it ain't going to be me, so I'm going to sit here and do this because I'm good at this. I think I'm really good at this. I think I would be half-assing any NFL content for you guys, and we don't half-ass a damn thing around here. So
Sunday is a needed reset day around here.
I mean, for you guys sitting at home, I'm in here working. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Tony Wilson, that is a diehard right there. He's been, I mean, when I say a diehard, he's a diehard dog, but he's also a diehard FGN supporter, man. I see him in here all the time.
Go ahead and write JRock88 while you're up there as well.
Okay.
The foot up is kind of crazy.
I feel like I got my first kiss, Kirby. Who else?
JRock88.
JRock88. Let's find a spot for JRock88. Let's go right here. JROCK?
Yes.
Any underscores there?
Nope.
88?
Yep.
Ooh. Who's best to wear 88 at Georgia? It's not a very common number in Georgia, is it?
Jalen
Carter wore 88.
Jalen
Carter wore 88. I'm an idiot. But other than Jalen Carter, who's the best to wear 88?
Did Arthur Lynch wear 88?
Arthur Lynch, but he's no Jalen Carter, that's for sure.
Well, obviously, but that was the only other 88 that could come to mind.
Somebody said Bryce Hunter. I don't know who Bryce Hunter is. Am I non-ball knower for not knowing who Bryce Hunter is?
Special teams guy?
Maybe. There's multiple Bryce Hunters in here.
Huh.
I feel like I'm a non-ball knower for not knowing who Bryce Hunter
Rylan Goody love.
Yeah. Did Rylan wear 88?
Pretty sure he did.
Okay. Hey.
He's a wide receiver from the 1994 team.
The year I was born.
So how could you have known?
I know. That's another thing I wanted to tell Tennessee fans today. Sorry for me not being a ball knower when I was 10 years old when you guys were recruiting really, really well. That's on me. 20 years ago. Football's changed a little bit in 20 years. I don't know if anybody knows that.
Yes, it has.
Who's good's changed a lot in 20 years too. Who recruits really well? Who's got resources and who's got great football coaching? It's changed a lot in the last 20 years. So there's that. Top 5 reasons that this game is important. I know Marshall's coming to town. I know that head football coach has been out here talking crazy. I know I'm getting a phone call right here in the middle of this. Let's see who's... Oh, I got to take that.
Well, it's a good thing that
We gave top fives as well.
We gave top fives as well. I was going to ask, did you make a list as well?
Of course I made a top five.
All
And
right.
it's a tight top five.
You know what? I want to make a challenge here. Can we not overlap?
Look, I tried my best to make sure that there is no overlap with mine.
I did as well. All right, so you go and give your first number one.
All right. We get to see just how far players have been developed at this point in the year. We get to see, hey, how big was the jump from year 1 to year 2 for some of these guys? Like for Nate Frazier, that's been a big talking point this offseason. From the Sugar Bowl to now, how big was the leap for Gunnar Stockton? For some of these offensive linemen, Monroe Freeling, Ernest Green, Drew Bobo even. We got to see a good bit of him last year. Chris Cole, you were really good as a freshman. Can you get even better this year? Christian Miller, you were really good last year. Where's the improvement this year? Like there's so many guys, like seeing the amount of development that there is in even just like a year span, like even less than 365 days. Really interested to see that on Saturday.
All right, for my number one, you can change the national narrative around your roster right now. Coming into this season, how many analysts have you heard from ESPN and Fox Sports and any other podcast say, I just don't know about Georgia this year. I'm not buying the offensive line. I don't think Gunnar Stockton's that great. The wide receivers, yeah, they add a lot of transfers, but they haven't proven themselves. All of these things. You can help change that narrative if you come out and you answer all of those questions in this first game.
Georgia's so down bad this year, they got home beat reporters picking Auburn to beat them. What else you got for me?
This is an important game because you get to figure out, as we said, the running back depth chart. It's a major game for this. Now, you're not going to have it to where you know it's like a tight list moving forward. Like you're just going to make the decision for the entire depth chart moving forward off this game. But you're going to get a little bit of separation here, at least you, the fan, is going to get an idea of who they are trusting the most going into this game. Because as soon as Nate Frazier needs to come out, you better be paying attention to of who's coming in next. Who is that next guy up? Who's getting the second most carries in this football game? Like who are they designing certain things for? How are they using them? So it's a big game for that.
I'm waiting to go all 5-1, by the way. So
Okay, all right. So then we'll just keep rattling off then. Mine.
Big phone call coming up. Go ahead.
Cool. You have an opportunity to save your tape. While you're playing Marshall, and let's be fair, Marshall's a good opponent, but you don't necessarily have to open all the books for them and blow out all the stops.
Are they a good?
I'm not going to disrespect. I got a lot of respect.
Tremendous amount of respect.
Got a tremendous amount of respect, a lot of respect. But meanwhile, while you're doing that, Texas is playing Ohio State. Tennessee is going to play Syracuse. Alabama's playing Florida State. Those aren't cakewalks for those teams. We think they're all better than them, or maybe not Texas, but you have the opportunity to save your playbook while other teams burn theirs. And by the way, you can do this for 2 weeks because you have Austin Peay the week after.
You get to discover which true freshmen are ready to impact your football roster right now and for the rest of the season. I think you kind of have an idea of which players those are going to be, but you get an idea of like which true freshmen are coming in like right now, and they are going to be contributing factors on both offense or defense for the remainder of the season. Like who's going to be the familiar faces from this past recruiting class, or who can we like kind of get a glimpse of like, hey, he may not be playing by the time the conference schedule first starts up, but maybe by the time November rolls around, that guy's going to be a bigger factor in whichever side of the ball he plays on. So it's a big time to get your first look at the freshman.
Nebraska fans showed up in the chat and asked if we are previewing Nebraska and Cincy. Here it is. Them Cornhuskers roll. Continue.
Very good. Cincy's got cool helmets, though, for that game.
Don't give a damn.
All right, well, my number 3 is this has an excellent opportunity to become a major confidence builder for a lot of position groups on this team. We talked about last year, some of the ailments for both offensive and defense probably stemmed from confidence. Wide receiver drops, quarterback play, defensive line play, probably a confidence thing. If you guys can come out and you can have players make plays and do all sorts of things that really, really boost the confidence of your roster, that can be huge for you going throughout the season.
This is the tone setter. It may just be Marshall. It may not be the best matchup of the weekend. Other people may not be tuning into this game because there's other more important games to them happening during this one, but it's a tone setter for your football team. It's a tone setter for the remainder of the year of what is this football team about? What can we expect from these guys this year? What is this defense going to be about? Are they going to be stopping the run consistently like we hope them to? Are they going to be running the football like we hope they can at a successful rate? And is Gunnar Stockton going to be the guy that we hope he is at quarterback? It's a tone setter, man, for the remainder of the year. That should get you fired up enough.
Pipe me up right quick, Jay Will.
Hey, yo.
Any more?
Play tonight.
We got 2 more.
Oh, come on.
All right. Here's my reason for I think why one of this is going to be a very important game. It's kind of adjacent years, but it's not a copying. It's going to determine the fan base's rapport and temperature for how they feel about Gunnar Stockton. And I said this. Everyone's very high on Gunnar Stockton right now, understandably so. There's a lot of reason to believe there. And if Gunnar Stockton comes out and has a really, really good game, the fan base is going to be that much more in love with him. If Gunnar Stockton doesn't come out and ball out and have a really good game and he looks sloppy and there's turnovers, the fan base is going to immediately turn on him. So this is an important game for that regard. It's going to determine what your fans say about your starting quarterback. Whether or not we need to see Puglisi starting or this guy needs to be in New York. This is the game that's going to determine that.
My final one that I have is projections get turned into reality. There is no off-season talk starts as the minute that this ball is kicked off on Saturday in Athens. There's no more talking about we don't trust in Gunnar Stockton. Well, you're going to have an opinion on him. You're going to have an official opinion on him for this upcoming season on Saturday and for the rest of this football team and the outlook of this football team as well. There's no more of this preseason we're kind of guessing, throwing stuff against the wall because we're not really sure. We're looking at this team on paper and nothing else because we couldn't really watch the spring game. You get official football to judge this team off of. So the projections that have been talked about all offseason, it gets turned into reality. You either do or you don't.
I'm glad you didn't take my last reason because it's the number one reason I think this game is the most important. You have historic streaks to defend here. Georgia hasn't lost a home opener since 2011. They haven't lost a season opener since 2013. They haven't lost a home game in 6 years. It's been 30-plus straight home games. In that time, you've played SEC rivals, top-ranked teams. You've had 8 overtime games. You've played some really, really excellent teams. For all of those streaks to come to an end against Marshall would be an absolute embarrassment, and it would be a stain on the tenure that Kirby Smart has had in that streak as a whole. So that's why this game is important, is continuing the status quo of excellence that you have demanded of your players and of your team. I think that's why it's one of the most important reasons. And
Y'all done?
And
Yes,
that is
sir.
our 5 reasons.
Give me 1 second. Let me finish this DM. Got a potential sponsorship right here.
It's okay that it is Marshall week 1. I understand that maybe it doesn't build up some of the excitement, but I think it's okay to have these games week 1 because you're just excited to watch football. It doesn't matter who's coming into town or who you're playing in week 1. You're going to be juiced up for it no matter what, or at least you should be. Yeah. I don't think it's any now next week, maybe it does a little bit of a letdown that it is going to be who is it?
Austin P.
Austin P. It's going to be Austin P that you're facing off against, but everybody's got one of those games next week. I'll just go ahead and tell you, if you look at the week 2 slate, there's a couple. I'm not doing the thing. I'm just saying, next week's slate, it's a lot of that. I'm not saying that's going to be a bad slate or it's going to be a bad weekend by any means. I'm just saying it's a whole lot of that next weekend.
All right, here we go. Top 5 reasons this game is important for the University of Georgia. OLI, the flicks.
How'd I know?
The flicks. Assuming everything goes like it's supposed to.
Nothing better than the car ride home editing pictures.
Ain't nothing better. Number 5. It's actually 3 names. Gabe Harris, Joseph Jonah Njonye, and Quintavious Johnson. I am stoked to see these 3 football players actually get a lot of burn. They're guys that Georgia's going to need to play real pivotal, not just minutes and snaps, be impactful football players. All right, so I'm really excited to see those guys. It's really important because we get to see all of the young linebackers, I would assume. I would assume these 4 linebackers are rotating early and often in this football game. Number 3, Drew frickin' Bobo, baby. Drew frickin' Bobo. I get to watch at least 3 quarters of Drew Bobo getting after it at the center position. I can't wait to show it to you on Sunday, maybe Monday, whenever we get to that film study. Number 2, youngins need reps. The youngins need reps on this football team. It's why Saturday is so important. And do you know why the number one reason? The number one reason that Saturday is important? By God, it's a Saturday in Athens. It's a Saturday in Athens, and you only get 8 of them. You only get 8 of them this year unless you earn a ninth. Unless you earn a ninth in that first round of the college football playoff. It is a Saturday in Athens, by God, and the football gods are smiling down on us. 3:30 kick, and guess what? It ain't even going to be 98 degrees. You ain't even going to sweat you know what's off on that sunny side of Sanford Stadium. Okay? Them rich folks get that shade. You get that sunny 75 on Saturday in Athens.
Hey, it's only right that you get 8 this year, though, because you got cheated out of one last year because you had to play on Friday.
You damn right.
And there just ain't something. There's just not something right about seeing on the Jumbotron Friday in Athens. Just doesn't hit right. Don't hit the same.
Is it 8 this year or is it 7?
Saturday.
8 home?
Saturday.
7
Nice,
because of the neutral site.
I think it's 7.
It's time to attack the day.
He hasn't heard a word we've said in the last 20 seconds.
Man, if you ain't been to a dog game, you don't know what I just did right there. But man, if you have been, I just scratched that nostalgia itch right quick.
Well, I believe we have one final segment.
It's a good segment, too.
But we also have a super chub to hit before we do that. This comes from Clayton. Hey, fellas, my brother Mason Bivens is a huge fan of the show. His birthday is Friday. Could y'all give him a shout out?
Hey, that boy Mason Bivens. Let's give him 3. Little birthday 3 right there.
It's my dad's birthday today, so I need to give him a shout out. Happy birthday, Dad.
Hey, that boy
Appreciate
Papa
you.
J. Will. Give him 3.
I know he's watching, so had to.
Let's not make that a thing. But hey, birthday shouts. We love
Birthday,
it.
give them 3s.
We love it. Just give him 3 for a birthday. Move on. Just
Hey,
give
if
him
you
3
want-
for a birthday. Move on.
You want to pay $10 and we'll clap for you 3 times.
Yeah, if you want to pay $10, we'll give you 3. You gave us 10, we'll give you 3. You know? Hey, let's go to the board. So, we did this segment the other night. Watched some senior tape of some guys that Georgia has taken in this 2026 class. We watched Ekaniak Boko the other day, and we watched Marlon Dean.
Pierre Dean.
Pierre Dean, not Marlon Dean. Marlon Dean played a long time ago. Football brain. Pierre Dean. Okay, those are 2 football players we felt like needed to take a jump, and we saw it on tape. They definitely have. Let's go watch some new guys today. We got a smorgasbord. 3 minutes and 41 seconds of some senior tape of some dog commits, starting with Caden Prothero. I bet we get a red zone fade right about here, boys. Oh, no. Oh, yep. Post corner right there. Not bad. Are we high pointing the football? No, we came back to a body, caught it. That's all right. Ball's under
I'm
throw.
not sure that ball was thrown to Caden.
Yeah, the ball's underthrown. We can't high point that football. Hey, here's the other thing about Caden, okay, as we're not going to get a ton of clips here. They got goose egged in week 1, all right, against Fellowship, and we're seeing some other footage right here, okay? So he didn't get in that box in that first week. Anytime I see a tight end recruit getting yards after catch opportunities in high school and doing that stuff with it, that's impressive. That's impressive. He's a really, really good athlete, obviously. Ooh, playing a little nickel right here? Ooh. Are we getting a pick? We are. High point, we love to see it. Now make something happen. We must have fumbled. Do you think we fumbled or got tackled?
Nah, probably got tackled.
Probably got tackled. Quarterback chunking. Who we got here? It's a different player right here, right? This must be Nick Abrams. I think this is Nick Abrams, guys.
Yes.
We switched over to Nick
This
Abrams
is Nick
right
Abrams.
here.
So you're not going to see names flash up. You're just going to have to.
You're right. You're just going to have to be a ball knower, know who we're watching. This is Nick Abrams. And he's got the longest first 2 game highlights that I've seen recently. I think he's got almost 2 minutes here. We're going to watch a lot of Nick Abrams right here.
It's a good bit. I don't know if it's 2 minutes, but it's a good bit.
Okay. That's a hell of a play right there. Let's spin that back. Watch that from the top one more time. All right, he's right here in the middle. Great job identifying the route concept behind you, following the quarterback's eyes, and then, of course, making a play after the catch. That's a 4'6" athlete, bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving.
He's moving. A little high step.
I believe he catches a body here soon.
Catches a body pretty soon. He's on offense right here. So. H-back. Is this the body being caught? Yeah, we're going to. Oh, no, we're going to catch the ball right here. I thought we were going to kill that defensive end.
Good play.
Good play.
Well designed.
Well designed. Oh.
Here we go.
I'm telling you.
All right, so we did try to close a gap right here early. Watch this. Where are we jumping there? We think quarterback got his ball. Maybe we're responsible for quarterback keep right here.
Yeah, looks
okay.
like it.
All right, now we're going to retrace. Now get back downhill somehow. It's a really good clip.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see contact strength too in the pads. I want to see thunder in the pads. He let up there though. I like that. Did you see that?
Smart play.
We took a step off there towards the end, so we didn't get a personal foul right here. I think we're letting up there towards the end. Ooh, almost a play. Oh, now we're getting a little stand-up rush right here. Do we get some hand fighting skills? Nah, we just run right by him. Okay. Pursue the football now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's about to
Defensive
murder.
kickoff plays.
He's about to murder
no.
someone. Uh-oh. Oh, what? What happened?
I don't know.
That's not on me.
That's not on you. That was on the high school tape. All right, who we got here?
This is Shadarius Tootle. Yeah.
The Toots. Hey, you didn't say it right. Shadarius Tootle. We got to say that full throat. Shadarius Tootle right here.
Full throat.
Yeah, you got to say it with your full throat. I mean, come on, man. Playing Mike, that's a big hit right there in the first snap. I'll let up right there, too. I like that we hit with our hands, not our helmet. I like that. Toodle's from Alabama, right? From Mobile?
I believe so.
I believe
yes.
he is. He was committed to Auburn at one point.
This dude strikes. I know
Yeah.
y'all couldn't see that unless you got a good angle of it on two. Also playing small high school football. We can tell that. You know what a dead giveaway for me for local, like small town high school football where there's not a whole lot to do around you. When I turn on tape and I see the whole damn fence line down the sideline sold, that's probably small town high school football.
Or they
Even
just
though
got
Mobile's
lot
not
of
all that small. Oof. All right, who we got here?
Carter Lucky.
Oh, this is Carter Lucky. This is Mill Creek. Okay. Now, he's put on some weight, obviously, to me. That's a 285-pounder. That's a big kid. He's going to come to Georgia and maybe even grow into a nose tackle at this point. Like, this guy's really, really large. Like, hey, do me a favor, Jonathan. Over there on your side of the computer screen, I'm not going to touch anything. Pull up Bill Norton tape from high school, because I bet it looks like this. You know, just a 6'6", 285-pounder that no doubt could grow into 310 if he really wanted to, if we really had to ask him to do so. Oh, this is Craig Danger's tape now. All right.
Sorry.
All good. All good. I got it. Don't touch it. My bad.
Jay Will.
No, that's on me for asking Jay Will to do something knowing good and dang well I'm over here messing with the board. Let's get over here to Craig Dandridge.
Jay Will.
Don't worry about it, Jay Will. That's my comp. Just know that, audience. My comp is Bill Norton. All right? Wild Bill, the DJ Bill.
Is he still making tracks?
I'm sure he's making tracks. He ain't making tracks for us. You know? This is Craig. Yeah, this is Craig over here. I wonder if the blocking highlight's on here.
No, it's just two very explosive plays.
You know who my comp is here, don't you? Like at its best of
Devontae
best.
Smith.
Yeah, if it works out at its highest rates, I think this guy could be Devontae Smith. That 6 foot, we got a personal foul. That's unfortunate. That 6 foot, 185-pound, just absolute
This
jet
right here
rocket.
is crazy.
That's what game speed looks like. Did you see him put his shoulders back down? Oof. That kid's going to be great, I think. And he plays so physical. Did you see the clip of him blocking this past week? This is Kamari Brooks. This is the one clip we got. Yeah. Not much for Kamari right about now. But there we go. We're going to watch some more tape as the season continues of those 2026 commits for the University of Georgia. What else we got, boys? We had nostalgia tape. I don't think we need to watch it.
I think we're good.
I think we're good for tonight.
I think we're good as well. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Last show.